Forward to Indy Boulevard, a delay on I-94 westbound passing US 20 in Michigan City through the work zone. Delays on the toll road westbound at Calumet and eastbound approaching the West Point Toll Plaza. The Chicago Skyway is heavy today, eastbound from Jeffrey Boulevard to the Skyway toll. Looking at the tollways, speaking of them on the Illinois side, a couple of issues, a crash with injuries on the Jane Addams westbound at Roselle Road in the left lane. Route 390 had a stall westbound at Route 83. That has since cleared. We'll talk about your expressways next. News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
All right, Neil, thank you. We've got an extremely heat warning in effect at least through Wednesday night. For the rest of today, sunshine and clouds, breezy, hot and humid, with a high of 94, a steamy low tide of 78. Kind of the same tomorrow, but even warmer, with a high in the mid-90s. 92 now at 3:59.
Featuring the news that matters and breaking news at any time. This is Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station. News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Coming up in the next half hour on News Radio WBBM, Chicago cranks up its heat response plan. Temperatures well above 90, expected for most of the week.
This is Rachel Pearson. An argument at a South Suburban Amazon warehouse ends in deadly gunfire.
Plus, President Trump weighing in on today's decisions from the Supreme Court. Latest on that next from ABC News. Sports Cubs hosting San Diego Sox take on all to more.
I'm Tom Busby at Bloomberg. Strong gains on Wall Street today on a rally in tech shares. The Dow at a new record high of 306 points. The Nasdaq up 523. The S&P adding 86.
92 degrees, partly sunny skies now at 4 o'clock. From ABC News, I'm Lindsay Davis, anchor Prime streaming weeknights on ABC News Live. President Trump weighing in on several major decisions from the Supreme Court today. One of those decisions upholds a Mississippi law allowing election officials to count ballots that arrive in the mail late, so long as those ballots are postmarked by Election Day.
The ruling, which a lot of people were waiting for, that was a ruling that was, I think it was very detrimental to honest elections.
The court also rejecting the president's attempts to fire Fed Governor Lisa Cook over allegations of mortgage fraud, claims Cook denies.
Chief Justice John Roberts writes for a divided court that the president cannot remove a member of the Federal Reserve Board, quote, for any time or any reason without any notice before and without any judicial check after. Doing so, Roberts writes, would turn for-cause protection into little more than at-will employment. It was a 5-4 decision, with conservative Brett Kavanaugh and the court's 3 liberal justices joining Roberts' majority opinion.
ABC's Stephen Portnoy. Tomorrow, the court is also expected to issue rulings on cases involving trans athletes participating in college sports and birthright citizenship. Today, House Speaker Mike Johnson sent that bipartisan housing bill, which passed the House and Senate last week, to the president's desk for his signature. Trump has 10 days to either sign it or veto the bill. Otherwise, it becomes law without his signature. Luigi Mangione will stand trial in the federal case against him next January. He's the man accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in 2024. ABC News legal contributor Brian Buckmeyer says his state trial comes first.
We have these 2 cases for Luigi Mangione, one in the state, one in the federal system. We know the state is primed and ready to begin their trial first. The federal case will happen sometime in the beginning of January. And so it's the idea of what are the final things that we need to put in place to make sure that once we are completed with the state case, how is the federal case going to progress?
And 100 million people are under heat advisories in the eastern part of the country. You're listening to ABC News.
Let me tell you something. When you sign your insurance policy, for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from them again until it's time for renewal. Your business runs all year, and so do the gaps and the risk. That's why I'm introducing SuperSure. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex to just buy a policy online. SuperSure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At supersure.com, you can access tools like fine print facts, which translates your current policy into plain English so you see what's covered and what's not. Plus, a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to supersure.com. One super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Go to supersure.com. That's supersure.com.
Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station. News Radio 105.9 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
2023, Monday, the 29th day of June. Thanks for joining us. Today, I'm Lisa Fielding, and it is a hot one today and getting hotter throughout the week. 92 degrees right now at O'Hare, and Chicago leaders say they're ready to help people in the city who are dealing with this week's extreme heat. WBBM political editor Jeff Buckholz has that part of our coverage with this week's heat wave from the city's west side.
We're at the 911 center where the mayor and other authorities say the planning for this heat wave started days ago. Angela Green is Family and Support Services Commissioner.
Robocalls went out on Friday to over 31,000 senior citizens, offering safety tips ahead of the anticipated heat and humidity.
Chicago Fire Commissioner Annette Nance Holt also says the department's added additional fire companies and ambulances to help firefighters on scene.
It is very difficult fighting fires in this type of heat.
Mayor Brandon Johnson.
Let's do what Chicagoans do best. Let's look out for one another.
We're at the 911 center. Jeff Buckholz, News Radio 105.9. WBBM.
While the city prepares for life-threatening situations this week, many of us are just looking for ways to stay cool and maybe have some fun doing it, like these folks we caught up with splashing through the Crown Fountain on National Avenue.
Beautiful. Right for the kids.
Yeah, we need to come here. Got lots of sunscreen. He loves the water, so it's going to be great.
So I'm taking out the kids for a field trip, getting wet in the hot heat.
So what do you think of the fountain?
I love it. It's really cool.
The heat wave is expected to last until at least Friday. Crown Fountain is open daily and free to the public. Well, we're learning more details about a deadly shooting that happened outside an Amazon fulfillment center in the south suburbs.
Madison police officers responded around 11 p.m. and found 26-year-old Dylan Perkins of Glenwood suffering from multiple gunshot wounds near the front entrance of the Amazon facility on Balmer Road. Witness interviews and surveillance video show Perkins got into an argument and minor physical altercation with a food delivery driver in the parking lot, where the driver allegedly shot him several times and fled. Police say the suspect remains at large, but that there's no immediate threat to the public. Rachel Pearson, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Well, it happens every year. Partying leads to some mild mayhem after the Chicago Pride Parade. And Chicago police are out with some new numbers on the aftermath.
Police say they arrested 34 people during the Pride Fest and afterward Sunday night. That number lines up with past reporting, making it an average Pride weekend when it comes to arrests. Police say 5 juveniles were arrested this year. Most common charges involve battery of peace officers and obstruction, and 3 people face firearm possession allegations. Most of the trouble occurred in the hours after the parade ended, as crowds flocked to the area for street parties. Carolina Garibay, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
A Chicago hospital is celebrating its 100th birthday. Shriners Children's Chicago on the west side is known as a leader in specialized pediatric medicine. It was established in 1926 to provide free orthopedic care for kids during the polio epidemic. The hospital will host a gala in November to celebrate the big anniversary. A building in northwest Indiana that once housed a high-end department store will soon be demolished.
City of Gary officials received funding to demolish the 4-story brick building at 801 Broadway, the former home to H. Gordon & Sons. The once successful department store closed in 1972, leaving the building empty for years. Addressing the proposed demolition, Gary's mayor said, quote, "By preparing these sites for future investment, we're building a stronger, more vibrant city for our residents and positioning Gary for long-term economic success." Haley Hansen, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Well, beginning tonight, the Jackson Street Bridge in Joliet is going to be closed nightly for repairs. The Illinois Department of Transportation says the bridge will be closed between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. Monday through Friday. Repairs are expected to be completed by 7 o'clock Friday morning. Well, gas prices are higher than ever, and every penny counts, and our reporters, traffic team, and listeners are tracking the lowest gas prices across the Chicago area each day. Listen to the lowest gas prices around 37 minutes past each hour, only on News Radio 105.9 WBBM. From gas prices to traffic, it is 4:08. Time to check in on the roads now, as we do every 10 minutes. Here's Neil Fiorito.
All right, Lisa, we're going to start on the tollways this time around. The Jane Addams really heavy for you westbound before Arlington Heights Road to Roselle Road. That is a crash with injuries blocking the left lane. IDOT reminds you to move over. It's the law. It's not a game. Some pretty big delays on the tri-state on both sides. Northbound from the 4 to before Halstead. Traffic southbound from the Bensonville Bridge to Ogden and I-80 on to 8094. If you're on the Ronald Reagan Tollway, you're backing up on I-88 eastbound before York to the tri-state ramp. On the Veterans Tollway southbound, a little sluggish from the Army Trail Toll Plaza to past North Avenue, and again past 75th to I-55. The northwest suburbs, you're loaded up with traffic because of ongoing construction near Kirchhoff in the right lane. South suburbs along I-80 eastbound, traffic is heavy passing Kedzie to the tri-state. Had a crash in that area. It's gone now. Looks like your lanes are back open. Westbound traffic along I-80 from US 30 over to Center. In northwest Indiana, some backups on either side. 8094 west in spots from Ripley all the way to the Ford. Heavy traffic if you're eastbound from the Bishop Ford to Indianapolis Boulevard. Once you get past that, you're good. On 94 through Michigan City, westbound traffic heavy right around US 20. That's long-term construction there. And we have delays on the toll road as well. Eastbound before Indy Boulevard to the West Point Toll Plaza. Traffic westbound at Calumet Avenue. And the Skyway pretty heavy eastbound from Jeffrey Boulevard to the Skyway Toll Plaza. On the area expressways, your travel times, the Eden's coming in 27, Kennedy and 55, going out 46. The Eisenhower an hour 8 to drive in from I-90, 57 on the way out to the Jane Addams. Stevenson, if you're going out to the Tri-State, 47, just about an hour to 355 and 50 minutes to drive in. South side, the Dan Ryan 32 out, 22 inbound. 57 going out 18, you're 30 on the outbound side of the Ford through the ongoing work zone. Really heavy from 115 to 159. USABA Lakeshore Drive delays on either side. Northbound 18th to Chicago Avenue, southbound before North to Chicago. Heavy traffic through Graham Park and into Hyde Park as well. From the Metro Traffic Center, your next report's at 418. News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
All right, Neil, the words of this week. Heat and humidity. Extreme heat warning in effect for Cook County through 10 p.m. on Wednesday. The heat advisory for the rest of the area much of the week. It's going to be sticky tonight, a low to 78. And then tomorrow and Wednesday, sunny, very hot and humid, a high of 96 tomorrow, 97 on Wednesday, 95 on Thursday. I don't think we're going to get any kind of break from the heat really until the 4th of July with temperatures in the 80s. Still hot though. 92 at O'Hare now, 91 Aurora, 92 Lakefront. A big day on Wall Street. The Dow passes 52,000 for the first time, up 306. NASDAQ gains by 523. It's 510.
Hello?
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Alrighty. It's 4:10 p.m. The last Monday of the month. That's it. We're past the halfway mark now, right? July 1st is going towards the other half of the year. So, SubX.News live on the spot reporting. Thank you for everybody tuning in. Marquis. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Marquis or Marquis. Sorry about that. Marietta, Ms. Zidor. Thanks for tuning in. I know it's hot. I hope you guys got your air conditioning on or you're sitting in a nice concrete bunker basement. Because concrete bunker brick basements are actually cool. They're not really not. They get a little musty and mildewy. If you got the fans going on in there, you're good. My dad's got a big heavy duty basement with the old bricks. You know which ones I'm talking about? The ones that not look like bricks, they look like stones. You know some old houses have those? You know which ones I'm talking about? Not the brick ones and not a concrete foundation. It's the old bricks, the blocks. Oh yeah, it's nice down there. You just gotta have the fan go and get some fresh air. It gets a little musty down there. But that's what you gotta do. You gotta take I gotta check if I got my swimming trunks on, or you can stay in the water right there. That's all you do. You take it easy. In the old days, in the really super old days before there was air conditioning or people can afford it, that's what people did. They slept. There's pictures of people sleeping on the lakefront. That was the place to be all night. People would stay on the lakefront, you know, and cool off. I guess you can't now because the parking you have to pay for. They closed the parks because it's dangerous, and it's a shame. It's a shame that we have people who are incompetent running our city, you know, and we can't take care of ourselves, and we can't do the things when necessary to live a good life, right? I mean, when we look at stories like Kevin Barlow, 57-year-old, good-looking man. He's at work. He's doing all the things right. He probably had grandkids, raised a good family, put his kids through school. The CTA worker that was killed in the carjacking this morning, that's what I'm talking about. His name is Kevin Barlow. You know, say a prayer for him and his family. You know, he worked all his life, had a good job at the CTA, looks healthy. Think about it. He probably raised a great family, put them all through school, paid for the colleges, paid for their sports, probably helped out with the grandkids. You know what I'm talking about? Good person. And you know, maybe we shouldn't say good person, just a regular person doing regular things, right? Just living a good life, doing what we need to do, right? Working, paying our bills, raising our families. Probably part of some clubs and some gatherings and reunions and all those things. And some punk wants to steal his car and kill him, right? I'm sure he was a tough guy, and he probably said some tough things to him, and he killed him. That's probably what happened. Now we got the picture up on our page, Kevin Barlow, who was killed today, right? And then we have the other guy, Amazon worker. I got to get his name. I don't know if I have his name yet. Let's see, I got his name. Dylan Perkins, 26-year-old, at work at Amazon. Think about this. Two good guys at work doing their jobs, both dead. Where's the safe spaces anymore in our society? So these guys are getting killed at work. One guy killed at the CTA, one guy killed at Amazon. You can say, oh, John, that's not Chicago. That's Chicago, man. Whatever. It's here. It's here. It's in around us, right? It's part of the proliferation of pro-criminal ideology, right? And that going to go to my next segue, right? It's a complete, and we talked about it with me and Marietta a little while ago. It's a brain disease. Diseased brains. You know how when you get cancer, or you get a sickness, or your car gets rusty, or your wood gets rotten in your house, whatever it is, or your food spoils. That's what I'm talking about, the disease, right? You have to throw the food out. You have to fix the rust on your car. You have to cut the wood out. That's no good. You have to cut those pieces of wood out. You have to get rid of them. You can't just say, oh, I'm the paint over. Oh, you know what? Give me more money and the wood will be okay. That's not how it works. It doesn't work that way. Give me more money and I'll fix the wood. No, that doesn't how it works. You have to cut the wood out. It has nothing to do with money. Fixing rotten wood has nothing to do with money. Fixing rust on your car has nothing to do with money. You can say, well, it does, John. You have to pay somebody to do it. I said, no, you don't. You can do it yourself. First of all, maybe we could do some protection so it doesn't happen, but it does. You know, rust, rotten wood, rotten food, we always have it. It always happens. It's not that big of a deal. Plants die. Our pets pass away sometimes, right? These are things that are natural in human behavior. But crime is not natural. Going to work and dying is not natural. Those are not natural things that happen. They are not natural. They can be fixed. They can be managed. We can protect people. We can protect people like Dylan. We can protect people like Kevin. Two people. Two black men. Those are two black guys. One was 20. What was the one guy? Dylan was 26 and Kevin was 57. So two black men working hard. I don't know. I don't want to say who killed them. I don't want to say what race killed them. I don't want to say that, right? We won't say that until we know, right? And we'll see if they give us the race of the killers, right? We won't say that. We just say that we know there was two good, strong, working black men who were just murdered. Just murdered today. Rolls Royce. Look at that. Somebody's got a lot of money. See that there? That's an expensive car. You got two Rolls Royces there. See that there? Oh, that's a Range Rover. That first black one's a Rolls Royce. That's an expensive car. We'll look it up later. And there's a Bronco there, right? Man, it's hot out here. Huh? There's nobody out here sitting at the benches. Huh? So, you know, we can talk about rust and rotten wood and rotten food and cleaning out your refrigerator and your freezer and all of that stuff. But in the end, what are we going to do about it? And we can say, oh, let's pray a little bit. And we should. We should pray for the families and the souls, right? We should. But you know my position. Praying ain't going to fix it. Waiting to the next election isn't going to fix it. I'm very serious on this topic. Brandon Johnson needs to be removed as the mayor. He's a very dangerous individual. He's a dangerous man. He's a man who goes and has a 150-man security detail while CTA workers are murdered in a carjacking, and he says it's safe. He goes to a gay pride parade, and that's the next thing I'm going to talk about, and makes pictures out there about sexuality. What does that have to do with government? What does who you sleep with have to do with our government? Nothing. He's a perverted, disturbed, diseased-brained individual. Brandon Johnson promotes diseased brains. I don't care. You can be gay. That has nothing to do with me. Gays, transes, whatever. It's freedom of choice. You can do what you want. That's America. We're not Sharia law. Go do trans and gay over in Gaza. Go do gay in Gaza. Go do gay in Gaza. See how you end up. Go do gay in Iran. See how you end up in gay in Iran or Iraq or Saudi Arabia. Go do gay in one of those countries. Go do gay over there. Go do gay in Palestine. Go see how you end up. Go see how you end up being gay and wearing the Palestinian scarf like these dudes do over here. That's what I say. It's a diseased brain because they don't know what they're saying and they don't know what they're doing. That lead to people like Kevin. That lead to people like Dylan being murdered because they have a diseased brain. They say criminals are okay. Pedophilia is okay. Promoting gay sex in schools is okay. Stealing is okay. Robbing is okay. Going to the gay pride parade, and if you see some of the videos, there's fights. There's trash everywhere. Nastiness. Extreme nasty. I get it. People get drunk and high and they party. I get that. Same thing happens at what do you call it? At the St. Patrick's Day parade. It ain't black or white. People party. That's all. St. Patrick's Day, Polish Day, Irish Day, Columbus Day, whatever. They have people party and get crazy. We get that. I'm not saying that's wrong. But if you look at the trash, nastiness, pride, what are you pride about? When you throw garbage all over? When you fight all over? It's nasty. 34 people arrested, with a bunch of juveniles arrested. We don't even know that. They probably let half the people go. I want to see how many they convict on obstruction of justice, harming the police. That's what I'm charged with, right? The cop says that I touched him when I didn't. Down here when I was doing my thing. Now let's see how many get convicted, right? We'll delay my case. We'll see how many of these get convicted, right? You know, the last time they did that, they dropped all the charges. Last year, they dropped all the charges. They do it for show, and then a week later, or 2 weeks later, or a month later, they drop all the charges. When remember the Art Institute rioting for Gaza? The Gaza protest at Art Institute. They went in at Art Institute. They stole keys from an employee. They attacked them. They beat them. About 20 or 30 people. They arrested everybody. They were on Art Institute property. 2 months later, when no one watches the news, what do? They dropped all the charges. That's what they do. That's why Kevin is dead. That's why Dylan is dead. Because when a criminal sees this, oh man, I can do the crime. I'm not going to go to jail. Even if I go to jail, I'm going to get out of it. Even if I do a murder, I might be out in 5 or 6 years. There's guys who murder people. And you look on CWB, read up on somebody. They do really good reporting. I think it was a prosecutor or something. I'm going to talk to Tom one day. I want to interview him. I think he used to be a prosecutor or something like that. CWB, look him up, right? They have good stories up there. They get all the court documents, so they're a little better than me, right? He knows how to get them. I don't know how he gets them. Maybe he knows people. I think he pays for them, right? What's this guy doing? He's all overheated, jacked up. See that there? See the guy there? He's got a heat stroke there. See that guy right there? Who's taking care of him? He's got a heat stroke. Look at him. He can barely walk. See that there? His arm is jacked up already. Look at that. It's hot. It's what, 100 degrees. Look, I got 100 degrees in my car. See that there? And look at that guy. to go straight up to the people walking around. See that there? I don't know, maybe he's doing some good things. Maybe he's lecturing those young people on some good stuff, right? Maybe he's alright, right? But his arm is jacked up like he had a stroke before. See that guy? You know, all kinds of stuff going on here, right? We're gonna go check some stuff out and see what's going on. Let's listen to some radio calls. That's about my thing. I want to end it with this because I talked to my co-editor, Emmy Yamamoto. She's my wife. We decide on really big matters, and I asked her this, and I said, "Is this our position?" Before I posted it on Twitter. I didn't post it on Facebook because I might get banned. I didn't want to post it. I don't remember right now. I posted a lot of stuff today. I believe, and I'm an educator. I'm a licensed educator. I think I still have my licensing. We'll see. I don't think it's legal to promote any ideologies, politics, and especially sexuality inside of a classroom. Especially personal ideology and personal viewpoints on sexuality, religion, and those kind of things. If it comes up in a lesson, you might talk about it, but I don't think you can talk about it on a not contextual basis. And the reason I say it is this. I believe the Chicago Teachers Union leadership is violating the state law and the federal law promoting the gay lifestyles in classrooms. I understand there's teachers that are gay and they have the right to be gay, and I hope they are gay and they do what they want. But you can't promote that in the classroom. I don't even think you can. My belief is you shouldn't have a gay flag in the classroom. It has nothing to do with the classroom. That's your personal preference. And it's sexualizing the classroom, which is inappropriate. Because the classroom should be for what? Teaching. And maybe you have a class on sex or some kind of a thing like that, or social studies on rights. And maybe you can talk about that. But having a gay flag in the classroom, I think it's inappropriate. I think it's illegal. I think it should be removed, and teachers who don't remove those flags or continue to do that should lose their licenses, because it's inappropriate to groom children sexually. That's my viewpoint. It always has been. I have complaints going back 20 years against this in the school system. I have complaints against Ron Huberman, who was an openly gay guy. He was the highest ranking gay guy inside of the system at one time. He was in the police force. He brought all these things in, these CompStat, these electronics. He was the first guy to convert a lot of the city data centers and data into electronics. He was the guy that did OEMC a long time ago. That's where he did. He came out of the University of Chicago. Ron Huberman, look him up. I got complaints against that guy. They were promoting gay stuff. And I said, that's okay. You can be gay. I ain't know that you can do whatever you want. I don't sleep with you. You can do what you want. I don't mind it. It doesn't bother me. I have my wife. I have my own lifestyle, right? I live my way in my home. But you can't promote it inside of a school system. And people who do that, you should tell them you can't do that. And if they continue to do that, then you need to do a sanction on it. And that's my viewpoint today. I put it up there. And I think that's where the diseased brain comes from. It's the start. And it's not about gayness. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the diseased brain comes from you believe you can do whatever you want. That's the diseased brain. A diseased brain says, I can do anything I want. I have rights over everybody. I can smoke crack on a train. I can carjack people and shoot them. I can change the name on the Kennedy Center. Yeah, that's Trump. Trump has a diseased brain too. He's part of that. He's part of that mix there. He says he can put his name on the Kennedy Center. And that guy was for a dude that got killed, right? That was an assassinated president. And the Supreme Court said, yeah, you can't do that, my brother. So that's a diseased brain. He has a diseased brain. Right? Same thing with Brandon Johnson. He thinks he can do whatever he wants. He can have a 150-man security detail while black men get shot up in the streets. He talks about transgender violence. Transgender violence when there's maybe, and all deaths are wrong. 5 or so in the last few years when there's been 200 deaths this year already of black men. Huh? What are you talking about? That's the diseased brain. And those are the people we need to get rid of through some kind of action, whether it's legal or court or a judge that removes them from power. We have to do that to protect our city. Because when we have guys like Kevin dying and Dylan dying, those are workers. They're not doing anything wrong. They're not up at 3, 4 in the morning doing some weird stuff. They're not out causing havoc and trouble. You just heard about the mass shooting out in LA. There's videos. If you want to see the videos of the killings, I got them on my Twitter account. I can't put them on my Facebook account. There's stuff I put on my Twitter I can't put on Facebook. Some stuff I'll put in the comments, but this stuff I can't. Yeah, I have the shootings of LA. Two young guys. One guy's dead, and I think 3 or 4 others dead. Right on the street, people are laughing about it. Did you guys see the video of the kid in the car in the crash today? That happened over the weekend in Chicago? Yeah. A little kid in the car, they smashed the car. They're all laughing about it. That's Chicago. Look it up. Those are diseased brains. You can't fix those. You can't fix those. You got to cut it out. You have to put those people somewhere so they relax. And then they can maybe they fix their brain. Maybe they don't fix their brain. But they can't be in society for a little while. They need to get removed and relax. Maybe drink some tea, maybe do some reefer. I don't know what they need, but they need to relax their brains so they get a little cured a little bit. That's what we got. 4:30. Let's listen to the news.
AmazonBusiness.com. Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station. News Radio 105.9 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
4:30, good afternoon. I'm Lisa Fielding. Here are the top stories on News Radio WBBM. Dangerously high temperatures in the forecast this week. Chicago city leaders want residents to know where they can go to beat the heat.
Former Mayor Lightfoot could be in a position to file suit against the city she once ran. I'm political editor at City Hall with details on her new client.
Mayor Johnson calling on Chicago aldermen to pass a new ordinance aimed at easing the burden on
renters. Something big going on here. I don't know what this is.
Several highly anticipated rulings, a mixed bag of wins and losses for the Trump administration. Comes back home hosting the Padres. Sox face off with the Orioles. In business,
stocks end higher today. The Dow at a new record high on a rebound in tech shares. The Dow up 306 points. The Nasdaq up 523. The S&P adding 86.
Don't know what's going on here around Michigan Avenue, right at Ohio. Going southbound, you got a ton of squads. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got a fire truck number 98. Something going on there, right? We're at Ohio and Michigan. We got the news media coming now. See that there? So I don't know what's going on here. Must be something big. I don't know what it is. You got a news media guy right there. You might just park right here. How about that? There's something going on right there. See the news media guy right there? There you go, right? The sun's going on right there. See that there? But there's a lot of police out here. Quite a bit of police. Southbound, you got a ton of squads. You got 1, 2, 3,
files a lawsuit against the same city.
Large police presence and fire presence, Ohio and Michigan, southbound. 4:30 p.m. June 29, 2026.
To ratify the deal. The hiring of RKF Global comes a week after Bally's executives hinted they were considering legal action against the city over council's vote last year to legalize video gambling terminals. Bally's says allowing video gambling in neighborhood restaurants and bars would hurt its business and would put the city in violation of its agreement on the casino. There's no comment from Lightfoot. We're at City Hall. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9, WBBM.
More than 622,000 Chicago families rent their homes.
We got ambulance 53 and 74 here too. So there we go. We're gonna pull over and upload this video. Is that all right, guys?
Castaneda,
maybe a heat wave.
Protecting renters ordinance, which aims to cut down on sudden fee increases or unexplained evictions.
It doesn't work with Section 8 voucher holder in South Shore, whose landlord regularly entered her unit without notice, or a grandma in Market Park who felt she had no choice but to sign a lease full of illegal provisions.
Owners say they need to make it easier to build new housing instead of imposing more regulations like this. The Protecting Renters Ordinance could get a vote in the City Council committees next week. Around the nation now at 4:34, more on major rulings from the U.S. Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court has dramatically expanded presidential power, one of this term's most anticipated rulings. The High Court is upholding.
All right, ready to go, guys? That's right. Let's listen to radio, right?
With one major exception, the Federal Reserve. Justices say Fed Governor Lisa Cook can stay on the job as she fights the president's bid to fire her over mortgage fraud allegations. During January's oral arguments in her case, Justice Brett Kavanaugh worried letting Cook be fired would be precedent for incoming presidents to can their predecessors' appointments.
What goes around comes around.
Kavanaugh was among those ruling 5-4 against firing Cook. But in a separate 6-3 ruling, the conservative majority did away the High Court's unanimous decision 91 years ago that limited when presidents can fire independent agency board members, despite federal laws requiring cause for dismissals. Sagar Meghani, Washington.
Also, in a 5-4 decision, the Supreme Court upheld state laws that allow the counting of late arriving mail-in ballots as long as they're postmarked by Election Day.
This ruling is a loss not only for President Trump, but also his Republican allies who have long argued that these late mail-in ballots, even if they are postmarked on Election Day, but this essential grace period should not be allowed. And of course, this all comes as the president is pushing for even tighter restrictions when it comes to mail-in voting and mail-in ballots. He's currently pushing the Save America Act, using this voter ID bill even as leverage over House Republicans and Senate Republicans over other key legislation. We have not yet heard from the White House or the president directly on this ruling, but this is certainly marks a defeat for President Trump as he pushes for even broader restrictions on mail-in voting.
That's political correspondent Rachel Scott. She says 2 of the court's conservatives were joined by the 3 liberals in the majority for this ruling. Coming up in a minute, low gas prices, traffic, and weather together. It's 4:36.
U.S. waterproofing.
Yeah, we're gonna check out how the homeless guys are doing. You can't be homeless in this weather. It's just like the winter time. You gotta be inside, man. You know what I'm talking about? It's very dangerous out here. They should have been picking everybody up last night. Hopefully everybody's doing good. Make sure you take care of yourselves. It's hot out there. Terrible advice. Only $3. He's got a sign on here. We'll go this way a little bit today. How about that? I hope everybody's having a great Monday. There's the Hello Kitty store. We got a Hello Kitty store now over there, right? But then the table is empty there. Quality of life on the red line. That means you get a counseling session from the police rather than getting arrested. See, that's what I'm talking about, diseased brains, right? So here you have, think about this. That's what you're listening to, quality of life. That's what that's live radio that you're listening to, right? So the cop says.
Okay, hold on. So the first one was Roosevelt, right? You went way too fast for me. All right. Roosevelt is 09590. 09590. Second one's Garfield.
Yes.
All right. 09594. 09594. 69th Street.
Yes.
09603. 09603. 79th Street was the next one?
Yes, that's the last one, 95th.
Alright, 79, 09608, 09608, and 95th Street is 09611, 09611. You're welcome.
So, we have rules and laws. There's state laws, there's county laws, and there's even city laws, and CTA has its own rules and regulations. So we have 4 sets of laws. All of them say no smoking, no drinking, no intoxication. None. On trains or on property. There's a guy there with a mask. There's a guy right there with a face mask. I don't know what the hell he's doing over there. There's a guy right there. See that guy right there? He's doing some illegal shit. See that there? See that? See that guy? So, we have these laws, and when you have a diseased brain, what do you say? Well, I don't need to follow the laws. I'm going to make a new law. I'm going to make a law that says quality of life. That's Brandon Johnson. Brandon Johnson invented it. He goes, he made an order to the police department. We have all these laws. I don't want you arresting anyone. No one gets arrested. You're going to do quality of life. You're going to do counseling. You as a police officer with a badge and a gun are not going to arrest someone when they're doing crack cocaine on a train. You will not arrest them. You won't arrest them. When they're smoking a cigarette on a train, you will not arrest them. You won't even remove them. You're going to have a counseling session with them. That's what's called quality of life. Brandon Johnson passed that. So he overrid 4 sets of laws. And maybe a 5th law from the feds. The feds probably got some laws against encroaching on somebody's health and wellness on a train, a public train. You imagine smoking crack next to somebody on a train. I think that's probably not the best thing for your health, right? Inside of a train and they're smoking crack. We got the videos, you can see them. But that's Brandon Johnson. Brandon Johnson has that much of a diseased brain that he's so corrupted that he wants to infect everyone with his diseases, but yet he has 150-man security detail. I bet you can't smoke in his house. I bet you if you wanted to go smoke crack, hey, Brandon Johnson, I want to smoke crack in your house when your family's eating dinner. I'm going to come in there, I'm going to smoke some crack or some methamphetamine. What do you think is going to happen? First of all, you ain't going to get around there. The police around Brandon Johnson's are 1 block away. You can't get a block close to Brandon Johnson's house. Go over there on Superior. He lives on Superior over there. Go over to his house. You won't get next to his house, that's the first thing. Then somehow you get into his house and you get invited for a dinner and he's your friend and you say, okay, Brandon, you're my friend, let's have some dinner together. I bring some pot pie or something. Say you bring some pot pie. Say, Brandon, I want to be friends with you and here's some pot pie. Right? Maybe some good pot pie, right? Maybe chicken pot pie. That's some of the best pot pie. Sometimes that beef pot pie it isn't the best. So you go over there and you're friends with him and you're pals and chums and buddies, right? And you say, hey, Brandon, you're my buddy and you're my pal. I'm going to bring some pot pie over there. And he says, okay, come on over. And he tells his security, don't bother that guy. He can come in. And then you start eating dinner with Brandon Johnson. And you say, you know what, Brandon? I want to smoke some crack cocaine right here, right in front of your family. Because I like crack cocaine. I want to do this. That's my right. I want crack cocaine and pot pie. What do you think's going to happen to you? What do you think will happen to you at that moment in time? I don't think you're going to have a good afternoon, are you? Or a good dinner. You're not probably going to end up finishing that dinner. As the police are going to arrest you and knock you down and probably beat you in the head with some billy clubs, maybe even taser you a few times. You see what I mean? That's what I try to... I talk the way I want to think because I have pictures in my... That's the diseased brain, right? What's up, my brother, Joe? We're talking about diseased brain, Joe. You know what a diseased brain is? You know what I'm talking about? And look, that don't mean about being mentally ill. A diseased brain has nothing to do with mental illness. Zero. It has nothing to do with being retarded or anything like that. None. Zero. A diseased brain is something else than mental illness. Mental illness is something. Good or bad, right? A diseased brain is something else. Remember, diseased brain is like the rust. The diseased brain is like the rotten wood. Diseased brain is like the spoiled food in your fridge. That's what a diseased brain is, right? It has nothing to do with mental illness. Zero. Nothing. Nothing to do with it. It's a brain that's rotten. And the only way to fix it is to cut out that bad stuff or to isolate it, right? That's how you do it. That's how you fix rotten wood. That's how you fix a rust on your car. That's how you... Do you throw out the refrigerator when you have rotten food? Say your electric goes out while you're on vacation. Do you throw the whole refrigerator out? Maybe some people do if they have money. I don't. I can't. What do? You throw the rotten food out. Some stuff might still be good that's in jars, maybe, right? And you wipe it down, clean it out. You disinfect it a little bit, right? Do a little Clorox with a little water. Wipe it down really good. Boom, there you go. You got a clean fridge. Put some new food in there. You're ready to go, man. You're ready for Thanksgiving. There you go. You see what I'm talking about? Same thing with your rotten wood on your patio deck, right? Yeah, it's rotten. You might fall through. You trip over. So what do? You get your little saw, cut it up a little bit, cut that piece out, take that piece out, go get a new piece, put it in. Boom. But there you go. Now you can have your barbecue on your roof deck, right? Again. Same thing with your car, right? Little rotten. Or a rusted out fender or a bumper or some other thing. You get a saw or you get somebody that knows how to do it. You cut that piece out with a torch. Boom, boom, boom. You get some new metal in there, whether it's sheet metal or some iron. Weld that sucker in there. Grind it a little bit. You put a little bit of some galvanizing paint so it doesn't rust too much anymore, right? You spray it up a little bit. Boom, there you go, man. It's all cleaned up, ready to go. You're ready to drive out to grandma's house and have that barbecue dinner on that roof deck, right? There you go. That's the point. That's the point. Do we want to live a good way? Do we want to move forward, right? I don't know. There's a guy right there. I don't know what that guy is doing right there. He looks a little tired there, right? It's hot out here, man. It's hot, hot, hot. We're going to keep moving. We're going to see what these guys are doing over there and see if they give them a place to stay, right? Well, let's do some radio calls over driving, right? See what's going on the radio. Maybe we'll figure out what happened over there, right? Let's see what these guys are doing over there.
Frequency mode.
Go there cooling off over there, right?
383 Queen.
83 Queen.
Yeah, that's on the red line. Chicago.
09689. 09689.
Queen, right?
09689.
Let's see how these guys are doing. We're going to say hello to them, right? Hopefully they're not out. Hopefully they got in a shelter, man. They giving these guys some shelter now or what? Did the city come and take care of everybody? I hope they do. I'm going to report that shit. If they don't help these guys out, man, fuck that shit. The city needs to take care of people. You know what I mean? Yeah, they need to take care of people. They shouldn't leave people out in this heat. It's dangerous. Me and you can make it a little bit. You know what I mean? My name is John, by the way. I do reporting, right? You've probably seen me before, my chief. I do independent reporting. I don't like corruption. I don't like corruption. Yeah, I don't like it. All right, see you, fellas. They take care of everybody, right? Put them up in a place. It's too hot, right? All right, see you, fellas. SubX.News. They got the city workers on there, right?
83 Nora.
There's a lot of cops
Can I
down
get
there.
a stop at the Clarkson Lake stop?
09702. 09702.
That car didn't stop. Didn't let that family go through. That white guy there, that white car there, didn't let that car go through. Let's go see what's going on down here, right? There's some...
82 Union.
Please get an event number added to the red line.
Zero 09715.
You surviving the heat? You surviving the heat or what?
What you say?
Are you surviving the heat? I'm talking to him, my brother. You guys went to the hospital again?
It's crazy. Somebody, 7 in the morning yesterday, I'm laid up about 7 on the ground, sleep, right? And then the boy came, and then I'm trying to explain something. I'm homeless, man. And I don't know.
Who was it, the city or the hospital? Who woke you up?
They called, they said, look, I'm talking to him, and then it's like we're going back and forth. Then they said, you know what? We're going to send you to the hospital.
Why didn't you stay?
I didn't ask you.
I know you're a tough guy. You remind me of Clint Eastwood. Was your nickname Clint when you grew up? Clint Eastwood, you're a tough guy. I know you were, brother. You were the guy I used to hang with when I was a kid. I love guys like you. You still are, my brother.
Hey, look. You go get something to eat? Yeah. Now, you know what? You didn't give me nothing because you had to be somewhere in a rush. So I don't know how your schedule is right now.
Uh-huh.
So I'm trying to get all my stuff, drop all my paper, medical.
So what do you need now? What do you need? You know me, I don't carry no money, my brother.
Right.
Sorry about that.
You know what? I need a Coca-Cola and a bag of shit.
I'll get you a Coke and some food. I'll get you a Coke, a large Coke, and some chips. Alright. No ice? You want ice or not? You want ice?
Okay, yeah, out of ice.
A large one like a Slurpee, right?
Yeah.
Get the extra large one, a Coke, right?
Yeah, I left my cup across the street.
I'll get you a new one. All right, let me go around. I'll do my rounds. I'll find out where I can get you something, and I'll come back and drop it off, all right?
Okay.
I'm going to call you Clint. Your new nickname's going to be Clint. You're the black Clint Eastwood of Chicago, bro. You're gonna be one of these, what'd you say, pop, pop, pop. Before you even close your eyes.
If you don't see me in here, you'll be on the corner.
I'll find you. You'll be around here. I'll get you a large Coke and then a bag of chips. What, regular chips or what?
Sour cream and onion.
Sour cream and onion?
Yeah.
All right, I'll try to give me a few, all right? Give me about a half hour or so, right?
But look, I ain't gonna pop the look. If I'm not in here, really, it's not safe.
Do you go down by the tents over there?
No, I'm going right here.
All right, I'll see you around here.
Yeah.
I'll be around. Let me just go around a second, all right?
Okay.
All right, Tommy. Mr. Clint. Your new nickname is Clint. We're gonna make a movie of you. You're gonna be famous. I'll see you in a little bit, all right? That's my boy, Tommy. Don't have no legs. He said he passed out. I guess they're cleaning it up a little bit, right? That's what I want to see. He says, yeah, they came, they woke him up. They said, you going to the hospital? He's like, I ain't going to the hospital. He does his thing, man. Tommy does his thing out here. He's whatever, man. I ain't going to say nothing, man. That's his life. He likes it. We talk off record, man. I've had a lot of conversations with him that you guys can't hear, man. I'm sorry to say that, but not everything I do is on camera, okay? So, hey, JoJo, what's up? So we'll go get him a large Coke and, what do you say, sour cream and onions, right? Or sour cream and chips? I don't know where I can get it. Is there a drive-thru? There ain't no drive-thru, whatchamacallits around here. Maybe I'll go up here on Stetson up here. You know where I go? Up here? Maybe I'll get some of these guys a can of beer over here. I shouldn't get guys beer. There's another sit up there. Oh, man. There you go. Just say hello, check in on everybody if they're okay, right? Oh, we're going to listen to the radio calls. Here I am, kept talking. I got to stop talking. Right. Sometimes I talk too much. Let's get some radio calls on, right? Let's see how we do this stuff here. Yeah, right. We're going to go up. I'm going to go up, right? I know where I'm going. We get a large Coke for him, right?
Robert. 732 Robert. Why CTA side north in Highborn, please? 09783. 09783.
She blues the stop sign. See that there? There's a stop sign here. They don't even stop. You see that, right? You seen that, right? They didn't even stop. The beginning of the month, I always think they're gonna put new tents up. Let's see this here. I wanna see these other two guys here. They don't sell water up here. That's the problem. They don't sell things of water. If they had, I would. Maybe I'll get these guys some water. I'm gonna ask these guys, and yeah, see if they got a 6-pack. Maybe I'll find another store around here and get some of these guys. These guys are in their truck. These guys are hiding out here. What's up? I'm checking out on the people if they're doing all right down here. I'm gonna go get some Coke for a friend of mine, Tommy, nicknamed Clint. I'm gonna ask these guys if they want some water. I'm gonna go up and grab a box of water or something like that for these guys. These guys are hunkered down here, man. They're right there. I'm gonna ask these guys if they want a little. I'm gonna grab a case of water or something. I'm gonna drop it off of them. Right? Let's see. These guys don't like me. Right here. These guys don't like me. So I'm gonna ask them if they want some water. I'm gonna go up and grab some water real quick. Right. Let's see. I'm gonna drop it off. Let's see if they want it. I'm gonna grab some water. I'm gonna go grab some water. You want some water? From upstairs. I'm gonna go to the store, alright?
Alright, God bless you. Thank you.
I'm just gonna grab like a bunch, a few of them. That way I'm gonna go see Tommy over there. You know Tom without the legs? Yeah, so I'm gonna go see him. I'm grabbing him stuff. I'll drop some water off, okay? Alright?
All units in 4 on Citywide. We have a request for assistance, police. 7740 South Paxton, 7740 South Paxton. Cook County was calling. They request for officers to assist with serving and order protection for mail within the active Cook County warrant.
My wife does all of that stuff, and I don't carry money, so right, I'll see what they got. What, just anything or what? Always it's called?
Overnight.
Alright. And what are they, like in a box or something or what?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go upstairs. I'll get you something. My name is John, alright?
Okay, John.
Always, right?
Yeah.
A box of them, right? Alright, I'll get you something, okay? And some water, alright?
Yeah.
See you in a little bit, okay? Alright, we got some orders here, right? We gotta get some sanitary napkins, Coca-Cola, some sour cream and chips, right? Alright, let's go upstairs, right? Oh, I gotta go there's a store up here, and they got a parking lot up there, right? I can go in and get what they got. You know what I mean? It ain't good hearted, just doing. Look, if I'm broke, I'm broke. I ain't gonna be able to do it. I got a little extra money today. I went and did something. I consolidated my bank accounts. I went to one of my bank I've been banking with for. It used to be called Pulaski Bank. I've been banking there for 30 years. And it was an old-fashioned bank that had no electronics. No electronics. You couldn't even do transfers electronically. You had to go there and do it in person, and you had to have all kinds of stuff. That old-fashioned it was. No banking, right? So finally today, they changed banks for the last year or two. I'm complaining and all this stuff. So finally I made an appointment with a banker. I had like 8 bank accounts there. And all kinds of stuff, because as I was doing stuff, I had one for each of my kids. I think a checking. I think I had a savings. Then I had one where I lost my job in 2010. I put my 401k in there, a IRA. Then I had an extra one. I don't know what I had. I had a whole bunch of them. So today I was there for about an hour with my banker. She was a really good person, had a lot of patience. She listed all my bank accounts. She printed them out. Some were dormant or some were abandoned. I don't know what you call that, right? Where you don't use them for years. So I had to sign a paper that I'm the guy, blah, 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 blah. So whatever. So the point is am I rich today? No. Am I got a lot of money today? No. I got a little extra. Let's say I got enough for some soda pops and some chips, right? This guy, man, he just rammed right into me, man. What's wrong with you, man? That guy's a maniac. I'm turning and he rams right into me, man. They don't even watch around here, so. Sour cream and onion potato is good. I'll leave the video on. We'll walk in the store with the video, okay? I'll get a little shopping cart, right? Always, she said, right?
09842. 09842.
Sanitary
1700 hours on the 29th of June, 2026. Chicago point-to-point radio.
5 o'clock. Guess we should listen to the news, eh?
Easy News. I'm Mike Dabusky. All eyes will be on the Supreme Court tomorrow, with major decisions expected on cases involving birthright citizenship and trans athletes in college sports. Today, the justices voted to uphold a Mississippi law allowing mail-in ballots that arrive late to be counted.
A number of voting advocates I talked to were particularly concerned that if the ruling went the other way, it could disenfranchise voters in rural areas, disabled voters, those sorts of things. But this now means that those policies will stay in place unless Congress takes some action in the near future to change them and put some limits on what states can do.
ABC's Devin Dwyer. President Donald Trump now has 10 days to either sign or veto the bipartisan housing bill which passed the House and Senate last week. But in the Oval Office, the president told reporters he'd rather see election reform.
Here's what I would like to say. Much more than a bill, big deal. It's a yawn. Some people say it's wonderful. To me, compared to the Save America Act, just about everything is a big yawn.
Speaker Mike Johnson responding.
The only way to get that to the president's desk, we've been shown many times, is to put it on a reconciliation bill. Process. We have a plan to do that and tie it to reconcile the budget.
Today we learned Luigi Mangione, the accused killer of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, will stand trial in Manhattan federal court in January 2027. ABC's Aaron Katersky.
These dates now seem pretty firm, and the only question is which juries will hear that, and the jury selection is going to be fairly elaborate.
All right, let's go grab this. I gotta grab my phone that works here. There we go. I gotta keep everybody off the video, right? You gotta get a little shopping cart here, right? So what do we gotta get? It's Coke. Alright. Shh, be quiet. You guys are sneaking in with me, right? Hopefully I don't get towed there, right? Alright, what are we getting here? Some chips and some water, right? Alrighty, let's see what we can do here. What? Sour cream and onions, right? Where's the chip pile? There's the chips. Seasonal food and snacks. They got everything locked up. Look at that. You can't steal around here. Food and snacks. Sour cream and onions, right? Sour cream and onions. There we go. We got sour cream and onion or not? I don't see none here. Oh, sour cream and onion. There you go, right there. That's that. Gotta get a Coke. Right. Oh, a sanitary napkin. How's those at? Where's female stuff? That's what we need. Oh, we'll get some water here. Get one of these. And out. I'm gonna put the phone down for a second, alright? It's open. No, that's open. Sanitary napkins. Awake, she said, right? Right there. There you go. See that there? Awake, didn't she say? Let's go. Oh, they got awake, awake, awake. What's the difference? I don't know. Oh, can you help me out a little bit? I don't know the difference here. Always. Is there a difference? Oh, they're just napkins, right? A lady asked me to get some for her.
Those are tampons, those are pads.
So if she said napkins, that means probably this, right?
Yes.
Yeah, alright, so that's... But that's a different, huh? And are these okay? That's the same stuff. That's all the same or not?
It depends. There's different weight sizes.
I think she's about medium size.
Don't have wings.
She lives underneath Whacker. She asked me if I can get them for her, so I don't know. I think what's probably the safest medium size here? Maybe that one or that one? You think? Thin regular?
Yeah, if she just needs regular, I would say regular. Then yeah.
Is that one? So that would be this one, maybe? No, that's too small.
That's thin.
That's small. So maybe this one.
Those are thin too.
All right.
So it'll probably be like
these.
Yeah.
Or how about these?
Yeah.
How about we do these? These are big, right?
Yeah.
They're in the middle, right?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for your help. I appreciate you. All right. Thank you. Okay.
Have a good one.
You too. You stay cool. All right. All right. Now I need. Is the soda machine open? The cooler, or do I have to get you to open that for us? All right. Thank you. All right. We can continue, right? We got that. We got that. We got some water. Oh man, look at all the ice cream's gone there. People want ice cream today. All right, we're gonna get some pop. There we go. What are we gonna get? We're gonna get some soda here, right? That's what you want. I don't know if soda's good for you, but what? That's not our choice, right? Where's the soda at? See a soda machine there? Grab and go. Grab and go. Soda here, right? It said Coke, right? That's all they got, man. That's the way life goes. I'll give them one soda and one water. How about that? Man, they got a lot of stuff in here. Alright, we ready to get out of here or what? Let's go. Hopefully our car is still there, right? Maybe they towed it already. I check if they didn't tow my car. And watch those tow truck drivers out there. Alright, let's get out of here. They're cruel. Alright, you guys just stay down there.
You're paying card or cash, sir?
Yeah, card. I don't got cash. I don't want to get card jacked. All right, young lady, how do I do this? And I might need help putting this into my car, the heavy one there. You got muscles?
Yeah, surprisingly, yeah.
I know, you got a lot of muscles. You're probably like my wife. You'd punch me in the nose if I say something wrong, right?
No, I ain't gonna do that.
You probably text her too, don't you?
I ain't violent.
Alrighty, young lady. Let's see if this has enough money on it.
Do you have a CVS card?
I might have the number in there.
Please select your payment.
And that thing, right? That's the heavy one. Can I use the card out there or not? Or do I gotta bring it back out here or something?
You can take it. Make sure you bring it back.
Yeah, I'll just come right there on the corner there.
You say you don't have a CVS card?
Yeah, 312
Enter phone number.
203 1534. Did it go in?
Yes.
Oh, there you go. How much did we make?
Take out $2 and between 72.
All right, there we go. How about that? Go ahead. I ain't got that much money. You ain't gonna be rich off of me. You steal mine, and they're gonna send you a bill. You know what I mean?
I have 2 self-checkouts open at the assist. Catch your card.
What do I gotta do? Is there a receipt or something?
Yeah, it's gonna come out. Click print.
Where's that at? Right there,
Yep.
that one?
Well, if you have your extra card, please scan it now. Select number of CVS bags used. Scan through on now. Touch the continue.
That's a long receipt there.
Yeah, they do it.
I don't think I can read that much.
You have your
Holy smokes, that's like a It's like a dissertation, man, back when I was in college. All right, I'm going to use the card. I'll bring it right back, all right? I'll bring it right back, all right? I'm right here, okay? Can I go through the round one, or should I go through the other one? All right, I'll be right back. Oh, man, it's hot out here. It's a heat wave. Crazy ass heat wave out here. Fancy part of town. I'll show you guys where I'm at. One is for Tom and one is for the lady. Yeah, we're right there, man. The Aeon building. It used to be the second tallest building in the world, right there. Standard Oil building. Man, we're in the middle of it right here. We ain't fooling around. Right in the middle of wherever we're at. Alright, let's get out of here, right? Enough of that jibber jabber. Alright. Put this baby back. Excuse me, can I put this card over here or there? There we go. Thank you very much for your help. Alright. Let's go deliver. Yeah, that's the Aeon building. That used to be the Standard Oil Amoco building. Look at that baby. Come here, have a dinner. They got a place over there that's got fresh fish. The brown bag fish joint. Come on out here. Alright, so we're gonna go deliver some of these things, right? Alrighty. Let's go over here, right? Ooh, yeah, it's warm out there. You don't want to fool around. Alright, let's go back down to the bowels of the earth. Let's go. Onward and upward. Oh, downward. Onward and downward.
The idea of a little free library. The house-shaped boxes will let people take pieces of.
And we ain't going upward now. We're going down 3 levels. This is 3 levels up. There's actually 5 levels. I've been down 4 levels, and I couldn't get to the 5th. I was by accident in the 4th level down. I have videos of it. I was in the 4th level down. I was there by accident. I said, how did I get down here? I don't remember if I talked to somebody or I didn't talk to somebody. I don't remember anymore. And somebody's stuff is over there. That guy lives there. He's praying, that guy. That guy was a Muslim over there praying. He had his blanket out. Alright, let's get going, right?
And his sentencing. Well, we've got the heat warning that goes through the weekend. We'll have the AccuWeather 5-day forecast, including your 4th of July holiday outcome coming up. It's 5:13. This is my Martinez.
There's people down there. See that? That ain't no joke.
To find out what happened while you were sleeping.
Plus, get traffic and weather together on the 8s to help you get your day started.
Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station, News Radio 105.9.
I can actually go down a different way.
America's best warranty.
Maybe I go down this way. It's a lot easier and safer than me doing this U-turn over here. If the camera turns off, I'll turn it back on, alright?
That's peace of mind from Hyundai. And these days, that's priceless.
Hold on, right? See, we're going down, down, down. Down to the bowels.
Or get 2,000 total savings. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end July 6th. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
If it's time to replace your windows and doors, choose Pella Windows and Doors. Pella's trusted local experts work in your area and within your budget, backed by the most preferred window brand by Chicago homeowners. For a limited time, buy one, get one 50% off. Visit Pella.com/radio. Pella.com/radio. Restrictions apply. See site for details. Based on a 2025 survey of leading window brands.
Hope that helps. All right, that's the right one?
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
We want to start
Thank you.
You want 2 or what? How many you guys need? 2 or 3? You guys want a water? SubX.News. You guys see me driving around all the time, right? I'm the news. I ain't a narc and I ain't the cops. So, what's up, my brother? I haven't seen you in a while, man. How come people think I'm the cops always? What the fuck, man? There's other guys who think so. What's up, my brother? I haven't seen you in like years. We haven't talked. You know they tried to kill me down here, right? Yeah, well, these young motherfuckers, man. They're saying I'm a fucking this and that. Man, I'm a new reporter. About 2-3 years ago, he sent me a message because I'm gonna kill you. I give him my business card and shit, man.
And he still sending you messages saying that?
There you go, man. Whatever, man. I'm a new reporter, man. You know, I want to make a documentary about homelessness in Chicago. I used to be homeless 30 years ago. I want to make a movie about it.
I think what's the name again? Ben or something?
No, I'm John. There might be a couple other guys down there, but I'm not hooked up with nobody. I want to do it from down here, and if we make money, we'll split the money off of it.
We gonna make some money because, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot of people that's homeless.
And there's all different. See, they think you just give people money in a place that it's gonna fix it. That's not how it works, man.
No, it don't go like that.
You see? You see right away what you said. We didn't even have to talk, right?
Yeah, it don't
you
go
just
like
give
that.
money or give somebody a spot, man. That's not how it works, man. Because everybody's different out here, man.
Exactly.
You gotta listen.
You feel me?
You gotta listen and figure things out.
Right, and you gotta focus.
You gotta focus. All right, hey, I'm going to see Tom. I got some stuff for Tom. You know Tom over there in the wheelchair?
Yeah.
That's my boy, man. You know what I'm gonna nickname him? Clint. He reminds me of Clint Eastwood, man. He's the black Clint Eastwood. Hey, you guys take it easy, okay? All right, SubX.News, SubX.News. See you guys and ladies. The one guy, he didn't want to talk to me. He's the guy who threatened me. The young guy there, he tried to kill me. He said, I'm going to kill you. I gave him my business card 2 years ago. He said, I'm going to shoot you, man. He sent me messages. I got him. I posted it because I'm going to shoot you and kill you. I said, okay, whatever, man. I'm 60 years old. Well, you ain't gonna scare me with trying to kill me, man. I kind of lived my life. I made my peace with God, man. You ain't going to scare me with that kind of stuff. Do I want to live? Absolutely. I want to live another 20, 30 years from now. You kind of get it? But I ain't scared to die. I ain't scared. That's the trick. And I don't mean to be mean to anybody that's watching my show, but I am not scared to die. That's all I got to tell you. I lived a great life. I talked to some people today. We did some cool stuff. And I was thinking about, like I told you about my bank accounts. Those were all made 30 years ago. 30 years ago, bank accounts. And we were talking about them with the new banker. I think she was younger than the bank accounts. That's messed up. It's messed up when the bank accounts are older than the bank person. You know, the person? Yeah, my bank accounts are older than her. That was kind of funny, right? She laughed at that one. I said, yeah, you know, I think my bank accounts are older than you are. She goes, you are right. She's kind of cute, but don't tell my wife I said that, all right? She was just a banker, and let's not say she was cute, all right? That's between us and the viewers. Look, what me and the viewers talk about are between us. It has nothing to do with my wife, all right? Don't be snitching on me and stuff, man. That's it. You know, if I find out you guys are sending my messages to my wife, I'm not going to be happy, all right? If she finds out on her own and watches the show, that's okay. I don't mind it. I know that one. She was throwing stuff over there, right? Oh, we gotta go see Tom and give him his drinks, right? Where are we going here? Can we get in the alley here? Yeah, we're on sale. That's Unite here, right? I don't know if I can get through here. I just think we know what, we'll go up on Wacker here. Let's hit some radio calls, all right? Yeah, I feel good. I feel good. When your bank accounts are older than the bank a person working, then that means you're doing a good thing, I guess. Or maybe that means you're just an old fogey then. Oh, man. James, what's up, my brother? That's a beautiful... What? How do you pronounce that? James? James? Is that a French name or what is that? Are you like a French fry or what? You French or what? That looks like a LeBeau name, right? French LeBeau. What? What is your name, James? James Lewis? There you go. James Lewis. Are you from South or what? From Selma in that area? I love that area. Anybody had never been to Selma, Alabama, you need to go there. That is a wild I walked on the bridge. Right before you get the bridge, there's actually a housing project right south of the bridge right there. Oh, man. If you have never been to Selma, Alabama, you need to go there. When you're in Selma, Alabama, and you cross the bridge, and you're right there in that little area, right that spot, you can feel whatever happened there. You can feel it. Right now, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about Selma, Alabama when I was there. It was me, my wife. Who else? I think it was just me and my wife that time. I don't know if anybody else I think we went to see my kid and his, what do you call it? Turning blue. Right, that's when they graduate from boot camp. I think that's when we went there. I think that was boot camp. I don't know if it was It was turning. There's two things in the Army, right? There's turning blue and then there's graduation, right? I don't know which one it was. It was he was in Fort Benning down there. And I think that was only me and my wife. We went down to Selma when we were coming back, I believe. Oh, man, you want to see some cool stuff? And then we went to Birmingham. That's a great museum there. There's a park in Birmingham. If you go see the museums there, right? About the civil rights movement. And then in the middle of the town, there's a park. It's a beautiful park. But they have these really scary sculptures. You're going to get scared if you go there. And it's like a bronze statues in their walls. They're bronze walls. And they got the dogs coming out of the walls. And they're bronze. So I don't know how they did it. It was like a flat piece. And then they pushed the dog image through the metal. And then you see the metal, the dogs are coming out of the metal. I believe that's Birmingham. I don't think that was Selma. Oh, man, that's a pretty wild place. Go see them where they bombed the church and all that, the Ku Klux Klan. Yeah, you go down there, man. And when you start going and seeing some of the things we have in our country, civil rights, the West, there's some cool stuff out in Nebraska and Omaha, the pioneers. What really built our country, you know what I mean? People had to have a lot of strength. Think about those pioneers, the early pioneers. I'm watching a series right now, the men who built America, and it goes from the Civil War. No, it doesn't go Civil War. It's before the Civil War. It's from the Revolution until before the Civil War, till the 1850s, I believe. I think it stops right there. I'm at the third one. I think there's only four or five episodes, and it's like Daniel Boone, Davy Crockett, Lewis and Clark, those guys, where they're the ones where there was nothing here. Like here in Chicago, there was nothing. There was zero here. It was even before before what's his name? I call him the colonizer, the French colonizer, DuSable. You know, DuSable was a French colonizer, right? He worked for the French. He came from the Caribbean. No one tells you that, but hey, that's the truth. He was a French colonizer. That's what I call him. He didn't work for whatever. He was a French guy. So what I guess I'm trying to get to is living all this history, and you see it. It's like we're coming up on our 250th birthday now, this 4th of July. It's, you start to understand, like, wow, how did they make it? They had no electric. They had no running water. They didn't have a store to go get food. They had to, those early guys, they had to make camp. It's like I say the spider analogy. They had to make a house every night. You know what my spider analogy? The spider makes a new house every night. He spins his web every night. He doesn't know what he's going to eat for dinner, but he survives. And it's the same thing with some of these pioneers and these early frontiersmen, they were called. There was two things. There was two people. There was the pioneers and the frontiersmen. The frontiersmen are the first ones. Then it was the pioneers in back of them, right? Because then they went to go live. The first guys went to open up the land. Then the second group went to go live. But both of those groups, they didn't have no, there was no hotels and stuff. And they were fighting the Indians back then. There were some friendly Indians and there were some not friendly Indians, the ones that were hooked up with the British, right? So yeah, it's the Men Who Built America. I think that's what it's called. I think it's on the History Channel. I think there's only 4 or 5 of them. It's Davy Crockett, Daniel Boone, Kit Carson, Andrew Jackson, and Lewis and Clark. I think that's the 5 segments there. I might have the 6th one is the intro, right? But it's that time. It's the time after the Revolution, before the Civil War, right? That's the time that you're looking at. As we forget some of those times, right? That there's things that were happening. And then there's the time before the Civil War, before the Revolution. There was other stuff going on there too. And I don't think people understand that, how hard a lot of people that were here in the beginning had to work, including when the slaves came over. Imagine being kidnapped and sold, right? And you're sold by your own people, right? You're in Africa, you get kidnapped, or you lose a war, or whatever they did, they enslaved you, and then you were sold, and then you were sold to some white guys, and you ended up on a boat. You're lucky you survived that boat ride. You might have died. They didn't take care of people that good. And then you came here and you were sold in a foreign land. You didn't know the language or nothing like that, right? Imagine that. How did those people survive? The slaves, right? How did they survive? Or the Chinese indentured servants that came over from China, right? There's a bunch that came from China too. The Irish that came over during the famine times. Then we had all the Slavs, my people that came in the 1900s during the wars and social unrest in Europe. There's a whole different waves of people that came into our society, and some made it, some didn't, some assimilated, some didn't assimilate, right? And then we're here, right? Now we're at the next phase of whatever our country is going to be. It's going to be 5:30. Let me drop this off to Tommy here. Listen to some news. How about that, right? Let me go get this to him. I gotta lock my car when I get out so they don't carjack me, right? Alright, I don't leave my radio. I don't like turning my radio off, alright? What's up, Tommy? I didn't get you a soda and an ice because I couldn't stop, so I just got you a pop bottle. Is that all right? Yeah, is that okay? Huh? Is that good? Yeah. You said, right? Yeah. You want a water too? No. Why, is that one ripped? Can you fix that bag from?
Thank you.
Is that good, Tommy?
Yes, sir.
You gonna say hello to everybody?
Hey, y'all. I'm still out here downtown Clark Lake, and I'm still waiting on my partner. I've been in and out the hospital. But thanks for this good guy here. He always on my back looking out for me.
This is the black Clint Eastwood, man. You watch out, he's gonna pull a 6-shooter on you.
Oh yeah, make my day.
See, I knew you watched them damn movies.
Thank you.
You're a good man, my brother, okay? Be safe, all right? Always good seeing you, okay? I do what I can, brother. You know that. And you know I love you, man. You know I love you, right?
Hey,
you know I love you, right?
I'm getting out the hospital.
Hey, sometimes that's more than anything. I feel you all the time, all right, my brother? All right, I love you, okay? Take it easy, my brother. All right, let's get out of here, right? Let's go do some shows. Oh, 5:30. Let's listen to the news. Oh, you've seen that one, right, Jason? Yeah, that's a good one, isn't it? I love it because it's different from the pioneers. The pioneers are the guys at the wagons, the schooners. Yeah, you know which one. You watch that one. It's a good series. And it tells you, really, it was like wild back then. It's not easy to live back then. All right, this is some news, and then we're going to go deliver some waters to some other guys.
Past Indianapolis Boulevard. Is on I-94 West and spots from US 20 to US 421 through Michigan City.
That's Tom, man. I love Tom. I think of him every day sometimes. I think of him, right? And sometimes that's all it takes, that we think of others, you know? So they make it.
20 if you're driving out to Lake Cook Road.
I'm going to go see these, the Divvy Boys. I want to make a video out here with everybody. We're going to make a big video.
40 minutes out. The Dan Ryan is 25 out, 20 minutes in. 57 going out 18, 27 on the outbound Ford. From the Metro Traffic Center, next report 5:38. News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
92 degrees, cooler sunny skies at 5:29.
Get everything from Rama tomatoes at 59 cents a pound and Red Delicious apples for 99 cents a pound.
But there's Omaha, Nebraska. Is it Omaha? No. There's another one. Another town I was in. I forget what it is. A buddy of mine, an off-roader, lives in it. I forget what it is. Not Bismarck. They have a pioneer thing in the middle of the town. And the things are life-size statues of the horses and the wagons. And it's a block long. And it tells the story of the pioneers. Oh, what is it? Is there a city that starts with I? I don't know, man. I'll send you guys pictures. That was my other Facebook page they erased. I seen Sitting Bull and all of those things out there. I went to the Wounded Knee. Yeah, that's pretty wild stuff out there. It's pretty cool stuff.
Launch. Wallace in Chicago.
Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
10-211-10-211.
I don't know. I knew one of these guys that used to sell out here about 3 years ago. I gave him my card and we were talking a little bit. Then they got a little hostile on me out here. The guys that got hostile on me were the guys that were down by Van Buren. I think he's in jail now. The tall guy that was having fights with the migrants about 4 years ago. His girlfriend's still out here. She's got the bun in her hair.
10-220-10-220.
I want to make the documentaries. Like I said, I don't care what they do. I mean, I don't like it. That's my opinion, but I'm not a cop. And nobody go. Oh, 5:30.
10 told us they're not worried about the heat, though.
We're lifelong Chicagoans, and we know how the weather can actually change within minutes. But we don't have any plans to do anything differently.
Especially with the lake so close, a block away. If anything, we'll go out there.
We're not expected to catch a break, with the temperatures staying in the upper 70s overnight. In Edgewater, Nancy Hardy, News Radio 105.9 WBBM. Time, many residents are staying cool by the pool. We caught up with Morgan at River Park Pool on Chicago's north side. She says she and her family are bracing themselves for a toasty week.
Really just trying to stay as hydrated as possible and probably sunscreen, hoping the AC stays on.
Chicagoans can also avoid the high heat of the day.
That guy was making a deal
field houses.
With the dealers. He's a migrant. They deliver drugs.
Chicago's vote that allows video gambling terminals. now that it's hired the law firm of a former mayor of the city.
Lori Lightfoot's administration selected Bally's to build the city's first legal permanent casino 4 years ago, and City Council later ratified the deal. Now a Bally's spokesperson confirms the company has hired the law firm RKF Global, where Lightfoot's worked since leaving City Hall in 2023. Bally's executives have written to aldermen hinting they're weighing a potential lawsuit over council's vote last year to allow video gambling terminals in bars and restaurants. The company says that's a breach of its contract and claims that having video gambling machines in Chicago neighborhoods will hurt its business. There's no comment from Lightfoot. We're at City Hall. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9. WDBBM.
We're learning more about a deadly shooting outside an Amazon fulfillment center in South suburban Madison overnight.
Investigators now say the suspected shooter was a food delivery driver who got into an argument with Amazon employee Dylan Perkins before the confrontation turned physical. Police say the driver pulled out a gun and fired several shots, killing the 26-year-old Glenwood man outside the facility's front entrance around 11 p.m. Officers arrived within just 3 minutes and provided emergency aid until paramedics took Perkins to a hospital where he later died. The suspected gunman still at large as detectives continue their investigation. Rachel Pearson, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
5:33 around the world. Mixed signals about important negotiation meetings between the U.S. and Iran. President Trump confirmed today that a team of negotiators was heading to Qatar to meet with Iranians.
There'll be a meeting on that tomorrow in Doha, and to go into Qatar. I think they've already left, or they're just about getting ready to leave. So we'll see how that goes, but we're doing very well on that front. But the meeting in Doha is going to be perhaps important, perhaps not. We're going to find out.
But Iran says no negotiation meetings are scheduled with the U.S. in coming days. It appears Iran remains focused on implementing the Memorandum of Understanding rather than moving to final agreement talks. By a 5-4 vote, the U.S. Supreme Court allows for the counting of late-arriving mail-in ballots as long as they are postmarked by Election Day. ABC News national correspondent Stephen Portnoy has more from Washington.
Justice Amy Coney Barrett wrote that federal law does not block Mississippi from counting absentee ballots that arrive as late as 5 days after Election Day. The court's 3 liberal justices joined her opinion, along with Chief Justice John Roberts. Conservative Samuel Alito wrote a dissenting opinion, joined by 3 of his colleagues on the right, saying the majority, quote, creates a serious risk of further undermining public confidence in our elections and our system of self-government.
36 states currently require mail-in ballots to be received by Election Day. Also, an update on the latest Supreme Court rulings on other decisions they made today.
As its term winds down, the Supreme Court has handed President Trump a big win with a few losses. The High Court has dramatically expanded presidential power, upholding the president's firings of independent federal agency board members. But there was a big exception. In a separate case, it blocked his bid to remove Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook. The justices also rejected a Trump-led challenge by ruling states can count late-arriving mail ballots. The court earlier said it will not take up the president's push to throw out a $5 million verdict against him in the E. Jean Carroll sexual assault case. Sagar Megan, Washington.
It's Brian Douglas. The owe the IRS $10,000 or more. Better tax reliefs, 100% money back guarantee means zero risk for you. They can help. Call now.
Right. What are we listening to? Radio calls? So we got the news there, right?
BetterTaxRelief.com. It's Josh for Window Nation.
I get it. They're giving out tickets, but these are, you got the minimum amount of business here and you're giving out tickets. It's kind of nasty, but it is what it is. We got it. Like I said, you got to get rid of a guy like that. You got to figure out how to get a court case. You go to court and you got to get something. I don't know if it's ever been done. Maybe I have to look at like the old, super old laws. Like, how do you stop a dude that's messing stuff up? And I don't, look, maybe you don't remove him as the mayor, but you put him to the side and say, look, dude, you can collect your check. You're still the mayor, but you don't have no authority to do anything. And then you put in like a sheriff or something like that that does law and order. You kind of get it? 'Cause we can't be having people killed. We got people on the street, right? We got empty, look here, you want me to show you this? Look at this. Look at this. Look. We got empty downtown. This whole block is abandoned, man. This whole block, both sides, is abandoned. You can't live like this. This is not normal. It's not normal to have a city like this. That whole block. This whole block is abandoned right here. That block is abandoned on front. There's 2 blocks abandoned. This whole block is abandoned here. This is an abandoned block. You can't have like this. No one wants it like this. Maybe the homeless guys wants to sleep in a building or something like that, but you can't be doing this kind of stuff. It's bizarre, man. You can't have people like that, right? Run in your city, right? You have to have people that are normal and behaviorally sound in their brains. It don't matter if it's left or right. I ain't talking about ideology here. I'm talking about just a diseased brain, right? You need to like get a hold of what's happening in our city, right? Let me see if these guys are around here, right? I don't think so. It's probably too hot out here for these guys. Yeah, it's too hot for these guys. They're not around here, man. There's a bunch of them right here. I don't know everybody, so we ain't gonna deal with it. People we don't know, man. You kinda get it? That's just the way life goes. There you go, man. I gotta go around the block. I know that one guy there, man. I'll give him some water, man. What I'll do is I'll take a bunch and throw them in the back. And let them take the whole bag here, right? That's how I do it. There's a bunch of guys out here. I want to be friendly with these guys. We're gonna make a movie. That's the point. You kind of get it? Your thing and you're hustling. You ain't my enemy, man. I try to tell that to people. There's a difference. I'm a news guy. 3, 6, 9. These are the roughnecks over here. They do all the good videos. That's why I like them. What's up? What's up, Ezel?
Festival begins July 11th. Check out the full calendar of summer festivals and plan your beach getaway on Chicago's North Shore at visitchicagonorthshore.com. Your next report, 5:48 on News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
These guys make great videos. Drop some water
at the start of this heat wave. It will remain very warm and humid through tonight.
Grab some water for you guys.
Wednesday, 96 tomorrow, 97 for a high on Wednesday.
Make sure he gets it. He's the boss. He's the director. Yeah, a little bit. You guys make the best videos on the internet, man. For everybody there. If we win an Academy Award, we're splitting the money. I gave you some water, brother, so you're not... You want to say hello to the viewers or what?
Yeah.
All right, man. Do I got to pay you for this shit? No, all right, introduce yourself to everybody.
How y'all doing, man? It's Terry Sturgis. Make sure y'all follow the channel. Subscribe, follow, like, comment. More content is on the way. And y'all have a blessed day of joy and stay hydrated on this summer day.
This guy has some of the best damn content in the city. It's crazy, but it's the best content. We're going to make a Netflix video. What are we splitting it? 60-40 or what?
Do that.
Who gets the 60?
55, it don't matter.
You got enough water there for you? Did they give you one? Here, man, here. There you go, man. I'm taking care of everybody underneath too, all right? All right, you keep up the good work. Remember, I'm a news guy. I ain't hooked up with nobody. We're gonna do something together, all right? You guys be safe, all right? We're gonna do a documentary, man. Netflix. See you, fellas and ladies. Take it easy. There we go. Take it easy. You guys be safe. Is Sergeant Lockett still around here? That new sergeant, man. That prick, he arrested me. You know, the light-skinned guy, right? That guy's an asshole. See you guys later, man. And I know all these guys, man. There you go, man. Yeah. Alright, what are we doing next? Where are we going? We're gonna go check out the chocolate factory, see everybody's down there, or what? We did downtown. We're gonna check over here, maybe. We gotta listen to the radio, man. There we go. Sturgis, check out his channel, man.
Control over there before he gets hit.
What thing? Can you send a fan over there? I'll get over there when I can.
Alright, where I'll call him.
Yeah, dude, yeah, look, I ain't rich and I ain't got money. I'm broke. I tell you, I'm broker than broke. If you steal my identity, you're gonna be in the hot seat. But hey, if we can't share when we ain't got nothing, then when can we share, right? That's all I got to say, man. That's all I got to say.
10361.
We gotta keep doing what's right by each other, man. People always think, oh, you show the bad things, John. You show the bad. No, I'm showing you what's going on out there. Ain't nothing about good or bad. If you think it's bad, then it's your problem. It ain't my problem. You decide how you want to think about what we see. Do these guys do bad things? I don't know. That's up to them. That ain't up to me. Ain't nothing to do with me. There you go. That dude's doing skateboarding. Look at that. They're doing videos there. See that there? See the videos there? Alright, let's keep moving, right? We're going to listen to some radio calls. How about that? Where's my other phone at? I get some radio calls. Maybe we missed a bunch of cop stuff. That's what we should be doing, right? We're doing... we do. We didn't start doing police chasing in the beginning of our broadcast. I gotta say that to you. I always gotta tell that to people. I post my old videos. I'm gonna start posting my really old videos and show you what I really did in the old days, man. There ain't nobody out there. There's usually a couple of guys sitting right there. I think he's got a water there, right? Yeah, he's alright. It's wild out here, man. It's crazy. I gotta put some liquid in my windshield washer. I fixed my windshield washers finally the other day, but I gotta put water in them now.
10385, 103.
I did the nozzles, right? Alright, let's get some radio calls going. Catch up on some crime. Hopefully everything is alright and we don't have no crime. We started the day out bad. 2 homicides, 2 working people. It really, that's what upsets me. 2 guys, Dylan and Kevin, 2 workers. They were doing nothing wrong. They were not in, and people say we're in the wrong place in the wrong time. No. They were in the right place at the right time. They were both workers. Dylan and Kevin were both working, and they both died today because they went to work. When the society... And I'm upset. That's why I got the water and I got the stuff today to kind of calm me down. If I wouldn't do that, I'd be really swearing right now. And I don't like to swear because I know some people don't like that. Right now, if I wouldn't have bought the water and the other things and give away, I'd be really upset right now and swearing. And I'm getting to that point right now when I'm going to stop. When people go to work and have families and pay their bills and they get murdered because they're at work, that's beyond a breakdown in society. That's an anti-worker society. We're beyond the pro-criminal society now. There's a point where you go pro-criminal, right? Pro-criminal means the criminals have all the rules, right? And they can do whatever they want. And the government does some stuff to protect them here and there, right? But when we get into where you're going to work and you get murdered when you go to work, now we become something else. We become an anti-worker society, anti-workers, meaning that the government doesn't protect the people who create the money and the wealth and raise their families. 2 young people, well, one was a little older, middle-aged, and one was a young man, were murdered today while they were at work. They went to work, they were doing the right thing, and they were murdered. And the government let them have it. You can say, oh, John, one was in Matson. I don't give a damn about Matson. It's Cook County. Cook County's responsible. Eileen Burke is responsible. Eileen Burke killed those 2 people there. Eileen Burke killed those people. So did Tom Dart. That scumbag fakester does videos with Tommy G. Tries to be on TV, right? You seen the Tommy G crap he's doing? What is that crap you're doing? Why don't you protect the citizens? Why don't you protect the citizens? You know, my wife's seen it today, the other day. She's seen people doing drugs while the cops were on the other side of the building. She goes, why are the cops there? So, I don't know. She's seen people doing drugs, and the cops were on the other side of the building. She goes, why are we paying for that? These were Cook County sheriffs. People actively doing drugs in the open on the other side of a building down there, down in Ford Heights. I got that on video. I'll show it to you. I got it on video. That's by where the guy died on the highway. We got off the highway. We had to go by Ford Heights. They were doing drugs on the other side. The sheriffs were there. So why we got the sheriffs again? There was like 3 sheriff's cars, 6 of them there. Cut them out. All right, you want to defund them? Defund them. Let's go. Give me back my tax dollars. Well, you ain't doing nothing to protect us. And now you're not doing nothing to protect people who go to work. There's people running around shooting people when they go to work. Those carjackers, they were in a stolen car. Do you think those carjackers were in a legal car? Those guys who killed Kevin, the older guy, the CTA worker that was killed today, do you think they were driving in a legal car? You don't think the police knew they were driving around, and don't you think the police let that guy get killed? You know what? I'm going to look up the radio calls tonight. I'm going to look them up. How much you want to bet? How much do you want to bet? It's called LPR. How much you want to bet those carjackers hit the LPR, license plate reader? You want to bet? Do you know there's radio calls where the dispatcher and the commander says don't engage? They follow them and then they murder people? There's a lot of them like that. It's all old. That's old news. We got to that point now where they're killing people. That's where we're at in our society. Right here in Cook County. They killed 2 people who went to work this morning. 2 people were at work and they're both dead. That's the most dangerous government you can have. When the government allows its workers, its workforce to be murdered. We had a Paletta man shot. We covered that one down in on the east side. You guys remember that one for $1? That guy should never have been out of jail. He was on some home monitoring shit. He shot a Paletta guy for $1. We got that video. Then it was the ice cream guy on the west side that was shot in Humboldt Park. Didn't you remember that one? Well, how about the tamale ladies? Imagine robbing tamale ladies. There was a crew. There was a crew robbing tamale ladies in the morning. You telling me you didn't know they were robbing people? Right? Let's get through here, right? Let's see if we can get through here like that. Thank you. You don't think they knew they have stolen cars, these people that do these crimes. They know that they have LPR, license plate readers. They have satellite, they use stolen phones. Their phones are not their legitimate phones. They have stolen phones, stolen cars. You don't need a search warrant for a stolen phone. The person says my phone is stolen. You put it in. It's the phone number is 342-83896. You can track that phone. It's not illegal because it's stolen phone. You don't need a search warrant to track a stolen phone. Why? Because I'm looking for my stolen phone. I give you authority to the police to find my phone. They can track those through pings. Did anybody know that one yet? Oh, Snelling and Mayor Johnson never told you that one yet? They never told you that you don't need a search warrant to track a stolen phone. They never told you that. You don't need a search warrant to track a stolen car through the license plate readers. They do it every day. So these guys were driving around all morning and they killed a guy. Then there was another guy who killed a guy, and he's running loose. The guy who shot the guy in Matson, he's running loose right now. There's a white drug addict right there. See it right there? Hungry and homeless. Look at that. Huh? They're all over the place. Right? So imagine that. If the police know that they can track stolen phones, track stolen cars, then how did these guys get killed today at work? Maybe the Matson one, the Amazon one, we couldn't prevent because that seems like some kind of a fight happened there. That's what they said, right? Something happened with the delivery driver and the Amazon guy. They had a fight. We'll see, right, when the court papers come on. But the CTA worker Kevin. That was a carjacking. Those guys were driving around. That was preventable. No one's looking into these cases. Why? Reporters are part of the same union as the teachers union. They won't report negative stuff on Brandon Johnson unless they say it's okay. It's called inoculation. When you see news people report negative things on Brandon Johnson, it's called inoculation. Meaning they decide what to release so that when decisions come, when election time comes, people say, that's old news. It's called inoculation. You don't see whatever happened with the gift room. Remember the gift room? That was all on TV at one time. Remember that? The gift room? Whatever happened with that? Whatever happened with his spending? His trip spending? Didn't he just go to Rome? How come no one investigated that one? The Rome trip. You don't hear no investigations on the Rome trip, do you? How come? Because they know that was a vacation. That was his vacation. It wasn't a trip to go see the Pope. It was a vacation for him, his family, and the police officers. It was a reward. Everybody knows the Rome trip was the start of his election campaign. Everybody knows that one? Yeah, these are things that are known by people who do this. I've known that stuff because I used to do potholes. Right? Look at all the potholes we got here. We're going to go over to the chocolate factory, right? Alright, we're going to listen to some radio calls. If I keep talking, that's too much talking, right? Let's shut that stuff down, right? Oh, where are we at? Some radio calls. Anything that I missed on the radio? Mark, how do you pronounce your name? Is it Mark or Marquis? Marquis is with 2 E's, right? Is it Mark? Oh, the United Center? Yeah, I'll go by there. That's straight down there. Is that all right? Yeah, I'll go by. What part do you want to see? You want to see the trophies and stuff? I'll go by the United Center. We'll go straight through full market. How about that? We'll go straight. What happened there? Holly just said something. Holly just said something. Somebody see what Holly said? What's up, Real Talk, my brother? What did Holly just say? Holly just said near the Province on Citizen. What's going on over there, Holly? Should I go over there or what? Is it a... Oh, let me... You know what? I got Citizen on my other phone. I'll get on Citizen. I talk too much today. That's too much talking for me. And luckily, I didn't use one swear word. Everybody's watching. I didn't use not one swear word because I did the water thing today. I know if I get upset, I get that, especially when workers get shot. I don't like that. When regular people get shot, look, no one should get shot and no one should ever die. Ever. No one. No one. But when regular people are going to work and they're doing their business, yeah, that ain't right. All right, I see something here about I see something here. So some kind of a fight here. News crew member assaulted CBS new truck destroyed. 55 minutes ago. All right, you want to go there? I see it right here. All right, let's go. I guess that's where we're gonna go. Thanks, Holly. And we'll go hit the United Center after. All right. Is it Marquis or Mark? How do you pronounce your name? I just want to know that. Is it Mark? Because Marquis usually has 2 E's, right? Or Marquet, right? Sometimes it's Marquet, right? I just like to pronounce names that are good. I know that's a French name, that's for sure, right? All right, we're going to put on the news now at 6 o'clock. And we're going to... Holly told us there's something going on here. This is where we're going to. I'll show you guys where we're going to. I guess the news truck got destroyed right there. Can you get the focus there? Whatever. It says news truck is destroyed by the aquarium. Let's see how we're gonna get there. I gotta pay attention to the road so we don't get no accidents. I can't get my insurance bill jacked up, right? If I don't get to the United Center today, I'll get to it tomorrow, but I should be able to. We're gonna go over here to the shit aquarium and see what's going on, alright? Alright, let's News member assaulted. Well, you know, you got to... I don't want to say whose fault is that, but... You know, a news reporter was beat up earlier in the year and she hid it. She hid it until it became public. Critter made it, and I was the first gun who said she got beat up. No one wanted to say it, and I said, I'll put it out there. Someone gave me the information. I don't know who it was. I don't think it was you, Holly. News crew member assaulted. CBS News truck destroyed. Solidarity Drive. Should we take Madison through again? Or should we take Roosevelt? I'm thinking take Roosevelt across. You know what I'm talking about? And we go, it's one shot, rather than going through downtown. Thanks for that tip, Holly. All right, 6 o'clock news.
Bridge to center, eastbound backed up the Grange at 57. Nothing major in northwest Indiana. Be safe from the Metro Traffic Center. Next report, 6:08, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Thank you. Mainly clear, warm and steamy tonight. Low to 78. Then tomorrow and Wednesday, the heat is on. That is for sure. Very hot and humid with a high of 96 tomorrow. Wednesday's high 97. Wow. Right now, we've got 92 at both airports, 91 Joliet, and 91.
Oh, Mark. All right. Thanks, Mark. Thank you.
Featuring the news that matters and breaking news.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that.
Chicago's
United Center's right here.
News Radio.
They're going to go see the smashed up car or whatever it is, and then we'll go to the United Center. We're in Greektown right now.
Pools in Lake Michigan to keep cool.
You're from where? Atlanta, right? Or where are you from? I think I seen you were from Atlanta, right? Or you're viewing from Atlanta, right? I appreciate that. Atlanta's got its own issues. That's all I gotta say.
Plus, the Supreme Court sides with the president on a few issues over whether the executive branch can fire heads on independent agencies. The latest on that from ABC News.
I'm Tom Busby at Bloomberg. Strong gains on Wall Street today on a rally in tech shares. The Dow at a new record high of 306 points. The Nasdaq up 523. The S&P adding 86.
Keep cool. It is 6 o'clock. ABC News. I'm Stephanie Officer.
We're going to see a truck got destroyed.
Can hire and fire people who they deem fit to independent government agencies like the FCC, FAA, and others. It stems from a case where FTC official Lauder was let go. But in a 6-3 decision, the conservative justices ruled the president could fire officials at these agencies because they're engaging in executive functions. ABC's Devin Dwyer.
Congress since the 1930s has created dozens of agencies, from the NTSB to the Federal Trade Commission, Federal Election Commission, Securities and Exchange Commission. They touch all aspects of American life, setting regulations, doing enforcement of those regulations, and they are helmed by Republicans and Democrats in many cases. They were designed to be independent, protected from presidential interference. But what Chief Justice John Roberts said today in this opinion is that the president does have the power under the Constitution to stick his fingers in there and design those agencies as he wants.
Meanwhile, Trump today confirmed a team of negotiators is headed to Doha for talks with Iran. Though Iranian state media reports there would be no such negotiations between the U.S. and Iran.
There'll be a meeting on that tomorrow in Doha, and to go into Qatar. I think they've already left, or they're just about getting ready to leave. So we'll see how that goes. But we're doing very well on that front. But the meeting in Doha is going to be perhaps important, perhaps not. We're going to find out.
The president added the war with Iran is, quote, almost won militarily. Authorities have identified 28-year-old Irving Mauricio as the victim of a vicious crocodile attack in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Officials say he was staying at the Marriott when he was allegedly attacked and dragged out to sea Friday evening. You're listening to ABC News.
That's crazy.
The Northwestern Medicine Cancer
Crocodile in Puerto Vallarta? That's some wild stuff, man.
From
treating breast
That's
cancer
scary
in a way
there.
that protects both pregnant mother and baby, to performing minimally invasive robotic surgery
I don't know
to
about
remove
that.
throat cancer.
I don't know
allowing
about
the patient to
Indianapolis.
eat that same day.
Sorry, sorry I said Atlanta. Indianapolis. Yeah, I remember now. I said I have a spot out there. There's when I was out there, we went to 2 places. I was the president of the vocational teachers. You guys have an airplane repair school. Do you know about that one? There's in Indianapolis, there's a school where it's like a vocational school where they teach people how to fix airplanes, and they got the real airplanes inside of the school. I was in that one, and then I was in another place called Gannett Racing. They're part of the NASCAR. We were in their factory where they build the race cars. I like Indianapolis. You guys are doing some cool stuff out there, and like really factories, really nice stuff. Yeah, and I was there for some water polo stuff at the university. I don't know where that was anymore. It was in where they have the Mark Spitz, the gold medal winner. He's from Indianapolis. See, I know a little bit about Indianapolis.
Haley Hansen, thanks so much for tuning in on this hot and
Was there with my
start to
kids.
your work week.
I've been in Indianapolis a few times.
Chicago's
I like
front.
it.
We've still got mostly sunny skies out there. Plenty warm enough out there
Good city,
today.
good
We won't
people.
get much relief heading into tonight. It's going to be mainly clear, but still hot with an overnight low at just 78. Another sunny, hot, and humid day tomorrow and Wednesday. We're going to be inching close to an all-time high temp of 99 degrees tomorrow. All this means there is a heat warning in effect for Cook County through Wednesday night. We'll tell you more about it in our AccuWeather.
We're going to Solidarity Drive, see what happened to the reporter.
First, our top local story here on News Radio WBBM. From going outside early and later to not leaving the house at all, many Chicagoans are coming up with ways to stay cool during the hot days. These Northside residents are going with the classic, a body of water. More from WBBM's Andy Dane.
It's too hot out here.
A lot of people here at River Park Pool didn't have much time to chat. Their focus was on getting into the water and beating the heat. But not Casey, who says, you call this hot?
I love the heat. I love getting outside. It's the best.
The park's splash pad was also a popular place to be as temperatures continue climbing into the 90s.
Really just trying to stay as hydrated as possible and probably sunscreen.
At River Park Pool, Andy Dane, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
And for those not able to cool off in a body of water, city workers will be on the job around the clock to help people survive this heat wave. Chicago activated its heat emergency plan in response to the National Weather Service's declaration of an excessive heat warning through at least Wednesday night. Chicago Building Commissioner Marlene Hopkins says her team will be out enforcing the city's ordinances requiring air conditioning in rental and senior buildings.
DOB inspectors will be working throughout the extreme weather event, partnering closely with the Department of Family Support Services.
You know what I'm talking about? That facility is unbelievable. I don't know, my kids were doing water polo tournaments here from Chicago. They were doing water polo. That place is unbelievable. That place. You just said Natorium. I don't know how to pronounce that, but that place, it's cool. And you see all the stuff up there? Yeah, it's really cool spot.
Tenants are not protected from predatory landlords in Chicago.
Tulsi McDaniels from the Metropolitan Tenants Organization says her group gets thousands of calls a year from renters who say they're being exploited by landlords through rent spikes, sudden fees, and even unexplained evictions. Housing Commissioner Lizette Castaneda says what the mayor's office calls the Protecting Renters Ordinance would address that, with everything from a new office to handle renters' complaints to a requirement of just cause before seeking eviction.
The Protecting Renters Ordinance is what Chicagoans need right now.
But Michael Meany from the Chicagoland Apartment Association says what this ordinance needs is more time.
We would request the opportunity to kind of slow this down
and get more input from property owners who he says are dealing with rising costs on their end as well. Are landlords being unfairly criticized?
I believe so, yes.
And he says the solution is changing regulations to allow the construction of more apartments. We're at City Hall. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9, WBBM.
It's 6:06. A Chicago man who robbed a U.S. Postal Service letter carrier at gunpoint is off to federal prison.
A federal judge sentenced 33-year-old Henry Moorer to 8 years in prison for the 2022 armed robbery of a U.S. Postal Service carrier on the city's west side. Prosecutors say the carrier was delivering mail in the 700 block of South Claremont when Moorer demanded postal property and displayed the butt of a semi-automatic handgun tucked in his sweatshirt. The carrier handed over the items and Moorer fled in the vehicle. He pleaded guilty last year, and the federal sentence will run at the same time as a sentence he's already serving in an unrelated state case. Rachel Pearson, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
While Skokie residents looked to the sky, the village unveiled its new official flag during a ceremony this afternoon. That new flag features an orange and yellow flame set against a green background, inspired by the Skokie spirit stained glass at Village Hall. It's a nod to the region's native inhabitants, including the Potawatomi, known as keepers of the fire. The latest news delivered right to your inbox. Sign up for WBBM's email newsletters. Get the information you need to know quickly and easily.
What an insult to the Native Americans. You say you steal their land, right? These people say we stole their land, right? I didn't. I didn't come here. I wasn't part of that group. Yeah, they can't blame stealing the land on my people. Man, somebody's got a bed out there. Look at that. Holy smokes. Holy moly, look at this. We're at Clark and Roosevelt. You got a bed right there. Dude's sleeping right there. You know, the migrants used to be right down there at the police. They used to have sex right on the sidewalk. You used to have porno right there. So, imagine this. What was that? Skokie? Skokie flag, right? So they steal their land. They rip them off. Whatever. The Indians, they give them some diseases. They give them some measles and all of that stuff. That good old measles, right? And then 100 or 200, 300 years later, they go, oh man, you know what we're going to do? We're going to put you on our, we're going to say, yeah, we're going to put you on, there's some more cops right here. See that there? So what do they say? They say, to make it right, there you go, man. Look at that there. They're doing something over there. Look at, I don't know what they're doing there, man. See that there? SubX.News. So then they say couple hundred years later, they're fixing that one there, the bricks. I got this tar on my car there. See? They're fixing the bricks there. That got smashed a couple of weeks ago. So they steal their land, and a couple of hundred years later, they say, well, we'll make a flag for you. Yeah, I don't think that's that doesn't commensurate the compensatory damages. Commensurate with the compensatory whatever. That's all those fancy C words, right? Really. Kind of sick, man. That's some sick liberals, man. They're really sick, those liberals. They have that brain disease. They can't get rid of it, man. They're that sick. They're that sick. Don't that re-traumatize you? So, if you say the Indians got ripped off, you say they got massacred and all of that stuff, which they didn't. It was kind of mutual combat. There was some back and forth. There was massacres on both sides. If you watch that video that we're talking about, the Men Who Made America, you'll hear there was massacres on both sides. It was war, and they lost. The Indians lost. We overpowered them because we had the mechanisms to build weapons and all of that stuff, and we won, right? We won the West. And it's just how life goes, and the strongest survive. That's Darwin. If you want to start saying the weakest survive, you're kind of bizarre there. That's some pedophile talk. You know, when people say, oh, the weak should win, that's pedophile talk, right? Pedophiles talk that way. That's pedophilia. Yeah, that's a pedophile. When a pedophile says the weak should survive, that's that. That's the disease brain, okay? I'll talk about that another time. I wrote a bunch of papers on that already. I wrote about losers, right? And I'm not talking about losers that you're not good, but you lose something. It's like that we were just talking about water polo in a natatorium. You know, you have swimming meets, you have a winner. You have a water polo meet, you have a winner. So what? The loser should win? Is that what you're saying here? Oh yeah. What are you talking about? That's so bizarre. It's unbelievable that people even talk like that. So the point is, I'm making them on this Skokie flag. So here you go. 200 or 300 years later, I don't know what you're doing. You do this liberal brain disease and say, well, we're going to make a flag to the people who lost. Like, what? What are you doing? What is that? What bizarre brain does that? What kind of bizarre, sick, demented, diseased brain says we're going to make a flag to the people who lost, the people who used to live here, and now we have that land, whatever way it went, war, deals, contracts, whatever it went, however way that happened up in Skokie, however way Skokie got that land. Skokie got the land somehow, right? I don't know how they got it. They might have sold it. So, you know what I read? A lot of the land here in this area was actually physically sold. It wasn't stolen. Everybody, have you read the history of Chicago? First one was the colonizer, the French colonizer, de Sable. He set that all up. The French colonizer, du Sable. He was one of the first guys to start buying land from the Indians. He was them, because why? He had dark skin, they trusted him. He wasn't Anglo. Everybody knows that story? Did you read about the Sable, how that went down over here? Yeah, we need to start talking about the real history here, right? So whatever happened in Skokie, however land that got to whoever got it, and now you're saying you're gonna put the loser's picture or whatever they believed in on the flag. To me, that's re-traumatizing those Indians. Why would you do that? You want to be up front with them and you want to make it right. Give them back their land. Get the hell out. If you're that good and you're that righteous, then you would give them back their land, wouldn't you? See what I'm talking about? The liberal diseased brain. That's a liberal diseased brain. Put somebody's picture on a flag. Whatever happened with their land, who knows what the land? You got to check out how that went down. But if you're really righteous, you'd give them the land. You vacate City Hall. I don't know. Vacate it. Call up the chief of the tribe. Say, hey, dude, here you go. You get all city land. It's yours. Boom. Private land is private land. Anything the government owns in Skokie is now an Indian property. There you go. That's the way they should do it. If they want to be normal human beings, a normal person who says they did wrong, and you want to do what do you call it? Atonement. Isn't that what you call it? Atonement? That's what it's called. Well, atonement is one thing, and then there's the other A word. I forget the other A word where you make amends. There's two. There's atonement and amends. Atonement is your own. Amends is for the other person, right? You atone for your sins. That's you. And then amends is then you fix it with the other person. So if they want to do atonement and amends, then they should give up all that property in Skokie. Give it up. Say, hey, it's all your stuff. See you later. Bye. I mean, instead they make a flag? What is that? That's some weird, bizarre brain disease. You know what I mean? See, again, I keep talking too much. Let's put on some radio calls. I'm tired of talking that weird stuff, man. Those are some weird people. We're going to go see this news media crew that got beat up or something out there, so we're going to go see what's going on over here. Lollapalooza, there we go. You come in, send me a message. I'm around. Maybe we'll go out for a hot dog or something. Remember, no ketchup on a hot dog. And that's, you put ketchup on your hot dog. You can do it at home when I don't see it, but not in public. We can't have no ketchup on hot dogs in public, all right? All right, there's something going on here. We're going to go see the CBS News truck got attacked, right? Going on here, that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to get on these radio calls, see what's going on here. We're in the museum campus, if you're watching us now, and we got a tip from Holly, one of our viewers, said something happened out here by the aquarium or by the planetarium. We looked it up, and it said a CBS News crew reporter and a news truck got destroyed out here. So we're going to go see what's going on. That's where we're going to now. I should check that. Who's CBS 2? Who's that's Pam Zeckman, or who's that? That's Walter Cronkite, ain't it? Wasn't it? All right, maybe we'll get on the radio calls and we'll hear something here, right? Let's send some radio calls, okay? And then we'll maybe get still to the... Maybe we'll still get to the United Center. But remember, I'm serious about that. No ketchup on hot dogs, man. We can have it in private when no one's looking, and we can sneak it on there, but... No, I had ketchup with John. I ain't doing that, man. I ain't going on the bad list. That's Santa's bad list when you get on that one. Let's go see what's going on. Some radio calls. Some radio.
Number Redline Chicago.
I think you've been a 10597, 10597.
It's regional. 73 Union.
Upper 69,
10336. 10336. Boy unit coming in?
7394 boy.
94 boy, go ahead.
Let me get a red light, check that Belmont, please.
It's over here.
10.
Again, this is Holly. One of our viewers gave us this tip.
3 David.
83 David.
You can have ketchup on fries. That's good. Ketchup, a lot of ketchup.
10346. 10346.
And I didn't say, I mean, once you have ketchup on your fries and mustard on your hot dog, then you know what can happen.
Second left lane on the drive. It says there's a male that is out working on a blue Volvo.
There you go. This is where it happened. It says it happened right on. That's where it happened. See that there?
Coming from the engine. Teller says there's no way to tell that he is out of the car and that, I don't know, they're requesting traffic control over there.
CBS2 News truck.
14, can you send a police van over there? I get over there when I can.
This is the radio calls. We went back about... We're at 5:42 there, that call. I'm going to see what time that CBS thing happened.
83 Adam.
Another number 495 North Line, please.
10361. 10361.
1 hour ago. So about 5. Let me go back to 5 o'clock then, right? So let's go. Oh, here, there's a start.
353.
7353.
How was red line?
Well, we heard the 5 o'clock news, didn't we?
10385. 103.
Let's go back here. Let's see if we hear something back here. I'm going to go back in time, right? Something happened because there's a lot of traffic here.
Robert.
YCA
09783. 097.
They're not letting traffic up there. It's closed off. They're not letting traffic go forward. Something happened up here.
All units in 4 on Citywide. We have a request for assist police. 7740 South Paxton, 7740 South Paxton. Cook County was calling. They request for officers to assist with serving and order protection to a male with an active Cook County warrant. Officers will be in a marked vehicle at the corner of 76 and Paxton. Nothing further. Zone 8 clear.
53.
There's a mess over there.
7353.
I might get out of there. I might park and walk and see what's going on.
Take you to 09842.
Just close things off willy-nilly, man. Someone needs to sue the city. This is just inappropriate. They close things however they want. It's inappropriate. They got the gay flag up there. You see what I mean? It's all crap out here.
Take you to 09849.
How the city runs, right? They do. Look, the city. This is how the city runs. They do whatever they want, but there's people that are murdered, right? They don't protect anybody, right? See that?
Davian for that? 83 David.
They block the whole street off. See that there? It's all blocked off.
Take you to 09867.
I don't know what's going on here, right?
651. All units in 6 and Citywide. We have a theft in progress at City Trends Clothing Store, 117 West 87th Street, 117 West 87th Street. Marina's calling saying that 3 young
They sit in the
female
car
blacks
there,
dealing
right?
at City Trends. Unknown weapons, nothing further. Zone 8 clear.
Let's see if we can see that. smashed truck.
Lake Shop.
09899. 09899.
394 Charlie.
94 Charlie.
Looking in back, and there's a truck in back of me. But I ain't leaving the car. There's a CBS truck in back of me.
09904. 09904.
383 Charlie.
There's a parking spot right there I'd like to get.
83 Charlie.
Number red light at 80,000 Street, please.
There's a parking spot in back of me. What is that? A
099.
Lexus or something? They got that door like that? That's a nice door. See that door right there? Look at that door. What is that? Lexus?
Right number for 95th in the red.
That expensive car there?
09933. 09933. 83 out of 8.
It's in back of me.
09946.
That,
Davidson 17 and 31% calling for help. Montrose and Cicero between Montrose and the interstate.
let me get you.
For a drive-by turnaround by the GPS at a low clearance bridge requesting help by cleanup. I have no further zone 1 station clear.
I think that's the CBS truck, watch. I can't get back there, right? See that truck right back there? I think that's it right there. See that? There's a cop over there. See that?
09971. 09971.
We're up. Nancy's got even number 2,000.
They should close this off for private events.
Good evening. Your event number is going to be 09978. 09978.
Thank you. 382 Union.
Alright, United Center's next stop, right? That's where we're going to, right?
Correct, 7382 Union. Can I get a Anderson in the red line, please?
You guys want me to get you a nice picture for your viewing?
09983. 09983.
Everybody's getting a nice picture here. Let me get you guys a nice picture of the lake.
14 units 11 citywide. We're getting a call with a person at night at Harding in Chicago at the Burger King. Caller states 5 male blacks are chasing the caller with knives and baseball bats. Caller is a male white in a big blue t-shirt and blue shorts running to the Burger King for safety. Nothing further. Zone 10 clear.
Baseball bats and knives. There we go. We're going to have a baseball bat department, right? Let's call Major League, right? Alright, let me show you this, right here. Let me show you this, man. What's up, my brother? That water looks good there, but I ain't got my swimming trunks on. Oh yeah, it's probably about 70 or so. There you go, everybody. See that there? Nice, right? There you go. That water's nice. There's good fishing right there. You see where those guys fish? There's a tunnel right there. It goes between here and the harbor there. That's where the fish usually hang here. And then there's another one over there, I think. But it's usually over there, and then there's another one there. Supposedly, that truck got trashed by some guys. See, I don't know if that's a CBS truck there. I don't know if you can see with your wide-angle lens. There's a report that a news truck got smashed and the reporter got beat up. That's why I came here. I do news chasing. Who are you with? Media.
I shoot pictures for radio stations.
Oh yeah? I do my own SubX.News, but that's why I'm here. There's a report on Citizen app that a CBS reporter got beat up and their truck got smashed.
Wow.
There you go. You might get a scoop. You might win a Pulitzer with that one.
I don't have a wide angle. This is a Oreo.
Were you here for the concert? Who's playing tonight?
Madison Beer.
Yeah?
Cool. Young girl.
Say hello. If you go to the beach, my kid's a lifeguard out there at 12th Street. He'll save you. See you, my brother, SubX.News. All right, let's get out of here, right? And I gave you guys that nice view, right? Yeah, we do sightseeing. I should do You know what? I gotta put water in my whatchamacallit. Can you guys give me a second to put water in my washer fluid? I gotta put water in my washer fluid, right?
I just put you on it. I'm putting the plate in your back.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
7383 boy.
83 boy.
Number 95 red line, southside.
100-10081.
3 David.
83 David.
Numbers for 79 from the left, please.
10086. 10086.
Three Ocean.
83 Ocean.
Can wait, please.
10134. 10134.
4714.
4714.
Alright, let's get out of here.
That event number is 0962.
It's broken or something.
0962.
Thank you.
Whatever, we'll have to fix it when we get home.
Wow, 90 minutes in the red line. What distance is that?
It depends. The north side is the 6th district. The south side is the 5th district.
4717.
It's all messed up. See? Here, let me show you this. This is what the city does. It fucks shit up. See that there? It's a big drive here, a solitary drive. The city makes stuff up. They let people double park, triple park. They're doing all kinds of hokey pokies here. You know, this is a big drive. It was made to be driven on, not for private parties. They shut it down when there's a private party here, and then they did give specialized people access, which is wrong. It disenfranchises the regular people. That's the crap they do there, right? That's the kind of bullshit the city does. It's a privatizer. It don't help nobody. It shouldn't be shut down. It's a city street. Why are you shutting down a city street? There ain't no reason to shut down that street. There ain't no reason to. It's a street. You ain't got no concert over there. That's the museums over there. That's what they do. Willy-nilly, they shut stuff down, open stuff up. That's it, man. They don't do what's right. That's how life is in the city. Hocus pocus, whatever they want to do. Bullshit, right? There you go, man. They got some weird dress over here. Is this a country singer or something? I don't know what the hell that is. I don't know, man. My water ain't working. I thought it was empty, but I guess it ain't. I thought I fixed it. Whatever. Life is what it is. Alright, 6:30 news, right? See, I remember now.
Let's do what Chicagoans do best. Let's look out for one another.
I'm political editor Jeff Buckles at the 911 Center on the West Side.
Mayor Brandon Johnson calling on aldermen to pass an ordinance aimed at reducing the financial burden for Chicago renters. It's unclear whether peace talks will continue this week, with the U.S. and Iran sending mixed signals about negotiations. Plus, the Supreme Court hands down a number of highly anticipated rulings. WBBM Sports, the White Sox lead the Baltimore Orioles 2-1 in the bottom of the third, and the Cubs are set to host the Padres in a little under an hour. AccuWeather says it is hot and steamy out there, although mainly clear. Our low tonight just 78. Right now it is 90 degrees along Chicago's lakefront at 6:31. A week of potentially dangerous heat triggering the city of Chicago's official weather emergency plan. Mayor Brandon Johnson and other city leaders rolled out that plan today. WBBM political editor Jeff Buckles reports from the 911 Center on the city's west side.
Chicago knows, perhaps better than any other city in America, the dangers of extreme weather.
And the forecast for real field numbers over 100 has triggered the city's emergency plan, which includes well-being checks for seniors and other vulnerable people. Fire Commissioner Annette Nance Holt says her department's also adjusted staffing as firefighters prepare for an especially challenging week.
We're sending additional ambulances out. We're putting up additional fire companies
to help support the troops in the field.
Valerie Coletti from ComEd says the utility has also added staffing and staged equipment around the area to make sure it's ready if the power does go out.
Extreme heat can put added stress on the system due to high air conditioning use, but we're well positioned to maintain reliability.
The extreme heat's not expected to break until at least Wednesday evening. We're at the 911 Center. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
As this dangerous heat wave blankets the city, tourists and locals alike are doing their best to stay cool.
Brown Fountain along Michigan Avenue will be a popular place this week.
It's very hot. Yeah, we knew to come here.
It's amazing because the heat and the water, they genuinely love it.
2 50-foot water towers are full of kids and adults like Hillary and her 2 boys who are in town from...
We're going to the United Center.
We're used to the heat. We thought we'd get out early, and then we'll do afternoon museums, ice cream, that kind of stuff. Sunblock, hat, water.
Jackie Perez is in charge of 3 kids this week. She says this is the place to be as the heat gets worse in and around the city.
The Crown Fountain is pretty cool due to, the kids can get wet, adults can get wet. They have a nice breeze out here. The kids really enjoy being out here at the moment.
There are 5 free splash pads around Chicago. People also can find relief in one of the city's public libraries or the parkless field houses. The extreme heat will grip Chicago through at least Friday. Lisa Fielding, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
It's 6:33. Chicago aldermen are considering a new proposal designed to give renters more protection against surprise fees and evictions. The proposed ordinance from Mayor Johnson would overhaul the city's codes dealing with rental property, but some landlords say we need more debate on the issue. Michael Meany from the Chicago Land Apartment Association says property owners are facing their own cost challenges.
Increasing insurance costs, property taxes, utilities across the board. It is very difficult at this time to operate here.
He says the solution is to encourage the construction of more rental units across the city. The U.S. and Iran appear to have paused strikes, but are still butting heads over next steps.
Both the U.S. and Iran appear to have paused their strikes, but disagree over the next steps in discussions on ending the war. The already fragile ceasefire was tested with weekend attacks across the Persian Gulf. This morning, President Trump said Tehran has asked for a meeting with American counterparts.
So Special Envoy Witkoff and Jared Kushner will be flying to Doha for high-level meetings.
White House spokeswoman Caroline Leavitt on Fox and Friends, but a top Iranian negotiator denies any talks are scheduled. Earlier, Iran's president said Qatar would release some $6
You want the when you come to see the Lollapalooza, you're gonna be right here, right? Go to 12th Street Beach. Your Lollapalooza is gonna be right here, right in front of you. So you just go there. You can get all and bring your swimming trunks. You can swim at 12th Street Beach. My kid's the lifeguard there. It's a good beach. So you can do Lollapalooza and go to the beach, and then you can take cool pictures there, okay? It's pretty safe out there. 12th Street Beach, if you're coming to Lollapalooza. I recommend it. I don't know how long you're going to be here or what you're going to do, where you're going to stay. I don't know if you already got your hotel or if you're just going to come for one night. I would recommend the hotels right here where you just walk. You don't even have to. Maybe you get a rental car, and I think some of these have garages. You get the hotel with the garage deal. They got a bunch of hotels all up and down. They might even have Airbnbs right in some of these. Right here. Just walk to Lollapalooza. Don't bring no cars. Don't do none of that stuff. That's it. Watch out, the skate park gets a little rough sometimes here. They've had a few things happen there, so don't hang around by the skate park. If you like rough stuff, then that's all right. You can handle it, but they're a little. And then over there by the Jewel over there, they're a little rough over here by this Jewel over here. But otherwise, stay around here and go to Lollapalooza. You'll be just fine. You got plenty of stuff. I would say get a hotel right here. Bam, you just walk there. That's it. Even if you pay a little extra, it's worth it because you don't have to drive. You don't have to drive. And I don't know how Lollapalooza works. If you can go in and out, then you can go in and out. You know what I'm talking about? All right, listen to some radio calls, right? Let's see what's going on in the radio traffic, right? And we're going out to United Center now, right? That's where we're headed to. I would just stay in a hotel right over there. I would. That's my suggestion to you. For the extra money you're gonna pay, it's less headaches. And if you don't drive, that's even the best thing. You just get a Uber cab from the airport here, or you can take a train to downtown. Bam, you put there. You relax. Get yourself one with a breakfast or something. You're set. You don't have to do nothing then. My view is, if it costs you a little bit more, but you have less headaches, then it's worth it. The headaches, it's not worth it. You know what I mean?
383 Gary.
We're going to United Center now.
For 383 King.
83 King.
King Viet and back for CTA Red Line by Roosevelt.
11004. 11004.
Citywide, 1022, heard loud reports at 13. 13 at St. Louis. Total 10 clear. 1012 units at 10 Citywide, urgent call for battery in progress at 1308 South Springfield, the first floor apartment. Caller states a domestic battery related to two females that share the same male partner. Child involved. Caller refused EMS. Nothing. All 10 clear.
And watch out, if you come down here, this is a nice 24-hour grill. You can eat here. It's not that bad, but they sell drugs in that area over there by Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know how they sell it, but it gets a little rough around here. Just watch yourself. But that's a cool grill there, White Palace Grill. If you want a nice diner, that's the place to go. They've been around for a little while. I don't know why my fluid ain't working now. It's weird. It was working over the weekend. I fixed it, and now it don't work. Strange. Yeah, White Palace Grill if you're coming here, Mark.
1056.
But my suggestion is you have a hotel right on Michigan Avenue. I would do it. That's my view. It saves you time. You party at the concert. See, look, I used to like concerts. My view of a concert, when I go somewhere, I don't want to have no headaches. I want to deal with the concert and have a good time. I don't want to be driving. I don't want to pay for parking. I don't want to do none of that stuff. So,
2007 West Adams Street, apartment 304. 2007 West Adams Street.
200 West Adams.
That hit her in the head with a gun. Caller has an order of protection on them. That'll be a repeat address at the same location. This person with a gun. Zone 3, District 12 clear.
Child's father hit her with a gun. That's bad.
4-1, place in open law. 12 kids are finding in the park near the bridge district. 735 Adam. Uphold, Jack, 95 red line. Units in 2 and Citywide battery in progress. 41st place in open law. 4-1, place in open law. 12 kids are finding in the park near the bridge district. 207. Units in 3 and Citywide battery in progress at Jewel Osco, 6014 South Cottage, 6014 South Cottage. They are fighting in the deli department, 2 males, District 3, zone 7.
7382 Union.
There you go, cops going right now to someplace.
Number please, add it.
Citywide battery in progress. 5301 to speed on the left station on the phone. He just said the young mother, the other male was in the house taking the money.
And it might be because I'm getting older. And look, I've planned conventions, meaning I set up conventions. So I understand it. And this is just my view. Maybe it's because I'm getting older. I don't know. your best thing for concerts, especially if you're traveling to another city, just get the room closest that you can, and you can walk back and forth. If you're driving in and out, I would even say you get a room then too. You get a hotel room with a parking garage. Why? Because you can party. You go to the concert, you party, and you crash out. And what I always say, get yourself one that has a free breakfast. So there you go. You drive in, park in your hotel, put all your stuff in your hotel, your car is done, freshen up, go hit the concert, party all night. Guess what? You walk back to your hotel, you go to sleep, get up, eat breakfast, and you can go home. Or some of them you have to check with the hotels. You can just put your stuff in the car. You have to check though with the hotel. Sometimes they'll let you do this. You can put your stuff in the car, check out, and then you go hang out in the town all day, and then you just leave the parking garage. Or you paid a little extra, whatever. But you know what I'm talking about, right? So it's a 2-day trip then. You come, if you're driving, you get a hotel room with a parking garage. Come in the morning, drop it off, take a shower because of your long drive, whatever. You got your room. Go party at the concert all night long, do whatever you want. Then you can walk to the hotel. Hopefully you're close. Guess what? Now you got your car there. You can wake up. If you have breakfast with your hotel room, take a shower, have breakfast, put the stuff in the car, and then you can go do some sightseeing. It's a 2-day trip, but you're only paying for one night of a hotel. You kind of get where I'm trying to get to that? These are little tricks you learn. I learned over the years doing a lot of traveling. I used to travel 3 to 4 times a year for business. So you learn these little things, right? And then you get that one extra day out of your trip. You know what I mean? We're going to the United Center, by the way.
Yeah, Zone A is looking for you guys. Sub 9 is Jeffrey. 414 set of vehicles to Coffee and 1
UUW on Jeffrey. That's a guy with a weapon.
Citywide 1.
Sorry, unit code I'm up in 1 tracking?
1980 Victor on Citywide 1.
1980 Victor.
Can I move with 4719? Do you know if they're assigned to the Cubs game squad, K9?
Yeah, they're assigned to the Cubs. So, 4719. I just tried to raise the unit from earlier. 4719. 4719. Yeah, 3750 just tried to raise until he said he was going to give him a call.
Disregard them, spot. Thank you.
Cool. 7383 King.
There you go. You got it, right, Ms. Zedor? You got it. I mean, when I was raising my kids, that's what we did. When we raised our kids, that's how we used to travel. You come in early that one day, you drop your stuff off, you get that extra day, right, before you check in, or whatever you do. And then what you do is you check out, and you have your car inside of the hotel, and you got that extra day. So you almost got an extra full day. You got that few hours when you come in, and you got the few hours when you're leaving. And then you leave that night, you fly out the night. We used to do that all the time. We used to do night flights. We would do stuff all day, get on the plane at night, sleep. The kids would sleep on the plane, boom, be back in town the next day. We just came back on maybe a Sunday or a Monday, whatever it is, and then kids maybe take a day off of school or whatever it was, you know what I mean? On Hudson, oh, that one, that's the one I showed you before, the Moon Rock, right? I call that the Moon Rock on Hudson. No, that was on the Evergreen, the Moon Rock. That's a messed up area, man. Did they fix the locks yet? Or they still got you locked in there?
4754.
CPA track Western Blue, please.
Take out 10790, 10790.
We're going by United Center. And then we're We'll shut down the broadcast there. Maybe we'll do a sunset somewhere else. But I got to do a little shopping tonight.
10793 107.
380 to the ocean.
730 to the ocean.
Yeah, you've been over for lunch at 26 and Wallace. It's also showing over here with us.
Who's there with you guys? Ocean, who's over there with you guys?
Hold on.
Alright, take event 10798 10798.
This is all the projects were over here. They kicked all the blacks out of this area. It's all black people used to live there. It's all projects and housing here.
10801 10801.
I'll show you. And then we'll go to United Center.
Seven 380 Betty.
7383 7383.
Okay, you show me and 7383 George on launch 63 and coming.
Take event 10831 10831.
382 Robert, any GA on that info?
Imagine for 3 years you say the politicians don't let you fight crime. Then all of a sudden you're running around like clowns, 20 cars to a popped balloon. While you can't arrest somebody at the Pride Parade.
Disregard now for Albany and Florida again. Disregard on
this is all neighborhoods here. See this? Let me show you. Want me to show you? This all was homes here. People used to live here. They kicked everybody. It's all black people used to live here. All black neighborhood. You want to see this? This was alleys here. See that there? Look. See that? See that? Look. These were all houses here. Why don't you look it up? Why don't you look it up? And then we're going to United Center, right? Let's see. What are we missing here?
$385 David.
7385 David.
Please get in the vest, 69 in the red.
10907 10907.
7385 George.
7385 George.
The event number 4 in the red line.
10923 10923.
85 Frank.
85 Frank.
Garfield red, please.
10928 109.
Unit descended to City Wagon, this is told in progress, Oakville and Avers at the Cricket store. Larissa is reporting a male black wearing black. His friend is a mother who's in a black Nissan Altima with their children. No weapons, nothing further, don't think clear.
These are all houses here.
7389.
Get one for red line, sir, man.
These are all houses here. Black people used to live here. They kicked them all out. These were all housing here.
And number red line, Chicago.
10945.
This was an alley right here. See the alley? They leave it like this for 10, 20 years.
Northbound. Side. Down. You got to start easy.
They leave it like that, and then people say, oh, why ain't there anything built on that land? And you say, man, there used to be houses on that land. It wasn't empty. That's the trick. Go look at the Ida B. Wells homes over there on 39th Street. I used to drive by. I drove there when they were demolishing them. I got pictures of all the buildings. I got pictures of everything. Because I used to go to Chicago State. 39th Street was my way to go, right? I went 39th, and I went either down King Drive, I went down Cottage, or I went down Stony. And then I went down that way when I used to work at Hyde Park Career Academy. So I know that area very well. Ida B. Wells projects. They were beautiful projects. They were not high rises. They were low rises. There were more row houses over there. They tore all that down. They left it empty, and then you hear it late, like 10 years later, people say, "Why don't you build something out of that? It's so empty." Like, dude, there used to be buildings there, man, and they all had like central heat, really good heat. They all were good brick buildings. There's nothing wrong with them. It's like Cabrini Green. There ain't nothing wrong with Cabrini Green. Those are beautiful homes. The row houses, those are nice. Or Lathrop, those are all good built homes.
Upward check, 95th red line.
What's up, Juan? Is it hot down by you or what? Juan's from Texas. He's one of the original watchers of SubX. We're gonna end our broadcast at the United Center. So we're heading. I got Mark that wants to see the United Center. That's where we're gonna end up.
1105.
How's everything going, Juan, my brother? If it's 100 here, how much is it in Texas, man? It must be 150. Cause you guys got the heat wave down by you too, or what, my brother? Juan used to tune in, and we used to. Juan used to tune in because he was from Texas, and that was when they were shipping the migrants up here. Oh man, we had some crazy times, the migrant times, man. We did some wild stuff. There's a lot of wild videos. I need to go through all my videos with the migrants, man. I did some wild things there. I probably shouldn't have did half the things I did. We're going to the United Center. That's where we're going to. Appreciate you tuning in, Juan. Hope everything's good with you and your family down there.
7148 Southeast and on floor 1. See complaint regarding requesting CPD to return here. It's the same people at the back door trying to get in. No further. Zone 7 station clear.
Burglary in progress.
Unit 10-1, Albany and Flournoy again. Albany and Flournoy 10-1.
10-1. You know that's the bad area over there, right? That's Kedzie. Albany is Kedzie. Kedzie and Flournoy. That's Kedzie and Madison. That's behind the liquor store over there. You know where it's on the other side of the liquor store that got crashed into over there. Flournoy is what, 1 or 2 blocks south of Madison.
Get into disregard now for Albany and Flournoy again. Disregard on the 10-1 Albany and Flournoy.
That happened 10 minutes ago. 10-1 means officer needs assistance. Again, that was by Kedzie and Madison. Don't call.
Alright, 10-4, once again,
oh, it's not hot. Oh, it is hot. I thought you meant not. I got seen that was an H. So it's 101 down in Texas. There you go. I'll show you what it says on my car, my brother. There you go. It says 96 there.
Unit 1014, citywide, we're getting a person with a gun. 2313 West Fullerton Avenue. 2313 West Fullerton Avenue. Neighbors outside fighting with knives and guns. No further description.
Fighting with knives and guns. There we go, man. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight.
Lakeshore Drive, you got a traffic control. 1800 North Lakeshore Drive. 1800 North Lakeshore Drive. You got a gray Dodge Hornet to the disabled Where's that at? 1800 North Lakeshore Drive, southbound.
We'll go, I'll park by the statue of Michael Jordan over here, okay? And we'll end the broadcast because we're on 3 hours. We started at 4. Time goes by quick. I'll have to figure out what happened on Michigan Avenue. That crazy, whatever, all those cops. There was a lot of cops. Someone posted on my Twitter account, something happened, they want to know what happened. They said they heard a loud pop. So I don't know if it was a firework or what it was, but they seen there was a bunch of stuff on the floor, so we'll see what it's about, alright? And I'll give you guys a report. I'll try to figure out from the radio calls. Remember, we listen to Citywide 1, which is live. What you gotta do is when you, like that, Michigan Avenue call, you put in the address, and then you go to the crime is down, and you go to the zone. And that's it's encrypted, so it's a half-hour delay. So if it happens at 1, then you gotta listen to 1:30, and then you can figure out what happened at the local radio calls. So that's what we'll do. 59, and we're gonna listen to some radio news, and then we're gonna sign off. We're gonna go see Michael Jordan right now. We're at the United Center. Oh man, there ain't no tuner. What's that mean? There we go. 7 o'clock news, and we're going to the United Center.
8094, heavy 130th through Bobby and Woods.
I might not be able to get there. There's a lot of people.
Belmont with Cubs traffic. Next report for the Metro
looks like there's a
Center
concert.
At 7:08 News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
AccuWeather says mainly clear but steamy overnight. Our low just 78. We remain in that extreme heat warning in Cook County through 10 p.m. Wednesday night. It's 89 along the lakefront right now at 6:59.
Featuring the news that matters and breaking news at any time. This is Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station. News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Coming up in the next half hour on News Radio WBBM.
This is Carolina Garibay. City agencies are teaming up to help protect Chicago residents from extreme heat.
A former Chicago mayor could soon be taking the city to court on behalf of Bally's Casino over sweepstakes machines. Plus, the Supreme Court gearing up to make a ruling on birthright citizenship. The latest on that next from ABC News. WBBM Sports, the Cubs getting ready to host the San Diego Padres in just a few minutes, while the White Sox and Baltimore Orioles are tied at 2-2. AccuWeather says it is hot out there. It's going to stay hot out there through the week right now. It is 89 degrees along the lakefront, 87 in Aurora, and 89 at O'Hare at 7 o'clock. Here is ABC News.
From ABC News, I'm Stephanie Officer. As Kentuckians begin the recovery and rebuilding process after this weekend's devastating floods, Governor Andy Beshear posted a video today warning of dangerously high temperatures expected this week.
The good news is the rain moved out yesterday afternoon and a lot of the waters are receding. The bad news is there was so much rain in some areas like Cumberland County, Hart County, and others that some roads are still underwater or there is swift moving water that can be dangerous.
Meanwhile, that same scorching heat is expected to move across the Midwest and Northeast as wildfires burn across at least 6 states. ABC's Alex Stone.
Millions of Americans are bracing for dangerous heat with the 4th of July weekend approaching. In Colorado, 3 federal wildland firefighters killed while battling the Knowles fire are now being identified. 38-year-old Emily Barker, 27-year-old Nick Hutcherson, and 27-year-old Sydney Watson were all assigned to a helitack crew near the Utah border when they were overcome by fire. Numerous wildfires are burning in several western states, fueled by widespread drought and wind. There are now states of emergency declared in Colorado and Utah.
Tens of thousands are still missing in Venezuela after those twin earthquakes hit the capital, Caracas, last week. Nearly 1,500 people have died, more than 3,000 hurt. But rescuers are finding survivors, including an 18-day-old baby and the child's mother. Katie Huffman is with the Latin American branch at the International Rescue Committee and tells ABC News these earthquakes were unprecedented.
We're seeing huge water shortages. 7 of the states within Venezuela are without water now, which means that
the survivors that are coming out of that rubble are facing greater challenges in really just being able to have their basic needs met, which is what IRC and other humanitarian organizations are really focused on right now.
You're listening to ABC News.
Is your financial advisor managing your risk or just a spreadsheet? Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. Many financial advisors rely on target date funds, which are
We're going to the United Center, right? From Mark. Mark said if I can drive by United Center.
dangerously exposed. At Trajan, we look at the whole picture, not just the stocks everyone else buys, but the private market opportunities most advisors ignore. And as fiduciaries, we build a strategy around you, coordinating your investments, tax strategy, and estate into one cohesive plan. Your financial life deserves more than just a generic portfolio. Real planning isn't a stack of statements. It's the confidence of knowing where your income will come from for the next 30 years. Good enough isn't good enough for your family. It's time for a change. Schedule your complimentary consultation today. Call 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC.
This is the United Center.
Require accreditation. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosure.
I don't think I'll be able to do any weird stuff like park on the sidewalk.
Traffic and weather station.
I'll have to just drive past, all right?
It's 7:03 on Monday, June.
Oh, you can't even get in there. Sorry about it. This is United, so I can't get in there. See that? They got it blocked off.
89 degrees still along Chicago.
Sorry about it, Mark. We'll do it another day. So tonight,
Out there, and we won't get much relief through the
we can't get in there. Sorry
about
it.
just 78 degrees. We have that extreme heat warning.
Sorry about that.
Cook County through Wednesday night. We'll get close to 100 degrees both tomorrow and Wednesday, although our real feels will be close to 105. Temps drop only slightly after that.
Yeah, we can't get in there.
So don't get too excited. Full details.
I'll come down here another day. I'll get some video of the Jordan statue and all that. I think they have a Blackhawks here and a Jordan statue, right?
As Chicago turns the corner on the first day of the heat wave, the city sharing ways it's keeping residents cool. For those who may need extra support.
You gotta come here if you come to Lollapalooza, right? Maybe get a concert. See, there it is. That's right there. That's our United Center, right? They got some stores and museum. I don't know if they got a museum in there or if they got a store. You gotta check it out. They probably have. I think most of these places have museums and gear stores where you can come even if there's no games. You know what I mean? And it's right down the street from the Lollapalooza.
Angela Green with the Department of Family Support Services.
One-shot deal down Roosevelt.
The Chicago Public Library, City Colleges of Chicago, and Chicago Police District locations are also open for people if they need to cool down. It's important to note that pets are not allowed at senior centers or cooling centers.
If there are extreme cases, we do have sheltering that can happen at our Spark Center. We have kennels there.
Owners are encouraged to contact Animal Care and Control if they have a pet who needs care. Carolina Garibay, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Meantime, many residents and visitors are looking for fun ways to keep cool, like the people we talked to between dashes through the Spitting Crown Fountain on Michigan Avenue.
We thought we'd get out early, and then we'll do afternoon museums, ice cream, that kind of stuff. Sunblock, hat, water. It's amazing because the heat and the water, they genuinely love it. The Crown Fountain is pretty cool due to, the kids could get wet, adults could get wet. It has a nice breeze out here. The kids really enjoy it being out here.
I'm going to see if I can get you a good view, Mark.
Splash pads around Chicago.
I'm working on it.
People can also find relief at one of the city's public libraries.
When there isn't a concert here, I can get you whatever view you want, up until the sidewalk, right?
Casino gambling in the city is now advising Bally's it considers a lawsuit against the city.
A Bally's spokesperson confirms the company's hired the law firm of former Mayor Lori Lightfoot. Her administration picked Bally's.
Yeah, I get you right here, the front view. How about that? There you go. There's the United Center, the front view. See that there? How about that? I gotta go there. I'm gonna go that way.
They were considering legal action against the city over council's vote last year to legalize video gambling terminals.
Thank you.
Says allowing video gambling in neighborhood restaurants.
There you go. That's the United Center right there, right in front of you. The house that Jordan built, right there, right in front of you.
We're at City Hall. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9. WBDM.
It's 7:06.
There you go. United Center.
Charge after allegedly making up a report about a drowning child in a north suburb.
Crystal Lake police responded to the pond next to the Holiday Inn on Route
And then you got downtown right in front of you. I told you it's straight down. And, you know, Lollapalooza, this place, come on out. You got to check the times. I'm sure they got some kind of gear place, right, where you can buy merchandise. So just double check the times. I'm sure they got some kind of a... I'm sure they got some kind of a souvenir stand or something here, right? I don't know what they got. Some country. Everybody's got their cowboy boots on. So I don't know what they got going on. Some cowboy or something singing, right? Cowboy. We got one of your guys over here, Juan. Oh yeah. We'll maybe go down. You know what? You know what? I've been promising everybody. I'm over my limit now. It's 7:09, but Juan just brought it up. I promised last week we're gonna go down to Gary, Indiana. Remember? We're gonna go check out the Mike. Hey, who's ever been to Michael Jackson's house? Let's do it. We're gonna do. I told you 2026 is different for SubX. Look, we're gonna go down to Gary, Indiana. We're gonna check out some places. I used to go off-roading in Gary a long time ago, so I know some spots down there. We're gonna go to Gary, Indiana. We're gonna check out Michael Jackson's house where he grew up. We're also gonna check out the mural of the Jackson family, Jackson 5. I know where that's at. I love that place. I love Gary. I kind of like those kind of like messed up places. Kind of messed up, but you know. All right, it's 7:08. I was gonna do something down here, but we can't. Let's see what I can do, and then. You know what, we got, I guess, where am I at? I don't even know where I'm at. Now I'm a little mixed up. I got to pay attention now. Oh, the Billy Goat's here. If you come down here, Mark, you know the Billy Goat's over here. The original Billy Goat is down under Hubbard Street, I believe. In downtown, it's in by where we were earlier, by Lower Wacker. Do you know where I dropped off the water and stuff earlier today? Down over there. That's where the original Billy Goat is. But they got another Billy Goat right here. So if you come here and get your souvenirs from United Center, you can come down here and do the Billy Goat over here. Get a cheeseburger. You know what I mean? Hey, Gary, Indiana. Because last week, when did we do Harvey? You missed the Harvey show there, Juan, man. That was a great show. I loved Harvey, man. I was driving around. We did Ford Heights, Harvey, Chicago Heights. That was a wild night. So this week, should we go up to Chicago Heights? Where's Chicago Heights? Or East Chicago? You want to go up there? You know that's pretty bad up there, right? By Kenosha, Chicago Heights. Waukegan's in Wisconsin, right? We might go up there. Maybe we'll go do some of that. The North Shore craziness there, right? We're going down this way. This is where we're going. We gotta go do a little shopping today at the Costco. Mark, if you're coming down to United Center, it's on Madison Avenue. If you're staying in a downtown hotel, you'd be no problem getting here. It's a one-shot deal. Take Uber. There's the Billy Goat. You see that building right there? This one right here? That's the Billy Goat. Go in there. They're cool. Get a cheeseburger, Pepsi, no Coke, all right? That's all I got to say. And no fries, chips. No, you got to remember that. You only can get a Pepsi, you get a cheeseburger, and Pepsi, no Coke. All right, I think that's it for today's show. I appreciate everybody watching. I always appreciate new people, old people, and in the middle of people. We got Juan, one of the originals, on here. We got Marietta, Ms. Dor, who are the hardcores. Always watch every day, help me out, make sure I don't go to sleep. Marietta is my alarm clock. She always wakes me up. Sometimes I'm sleep driving. She goes, Johnny, are you up? And I'm like, oh yeah, I am. So Marietta is kind of like my second wife. Marietta is like my internet wife. You know how you got a real wife at home? Well, Marietta is my internet wife, kind of. And then I got new viewers like Mark and Holly and everybody. I appreciate Holly today. She gave us a tip. We're going to have to figure out what happened down at some reporter got attacked today and their car, the truck got smashed. That's what they said on Citizen app. We went over there. We couldn't get in. There was some stuff that happened on Michigan Avenue with a lot of cops. So we're going to have to check that out. But otherwise, hey, it's a heat wave everywhere. This is what I got to say about the heat wave. Drink a little salt. I've been drinking this. See this here? I got some Gatorade in here, and I don't know, some Tang, but I also put salt. Salt supposedly is supposed to, I don't know what salt does. Those of you who are smarter than me, which most people are, can tell me what salt does. But salt supposedly is better for you in the heat. I don't know what it does. If you know, then you know. You can put it in the comments. So I put a little salt in my drink. Yes, it tastes like salt. It tastes like Gatorade with salt. Yes, it does. But it's supposed to be better for you for the heat. It's supposed to do something with the, I don't know what, the hydration or something like that. But look, look, I'm a dude that drives around with the internet in a car. So I don't know if that's too smart. So I don't know everything. I just talk a lot. So there you go. There's Rush Hospital. There's the highways. I'll talk to you guys later. I appreciate everybody watching. It is 7:13 p.m. We're running some errands now. We got to go to the Costco, do some shopping. I appreciate everybody watching again. It is June 29th, 2026. It's about 7:13 p.m. Thanks a lot for everybody. Juan, you stay cool over there. Mark, thanks for watching from Indianapolis. Anybody gets a chance, you need to go to Indianapolis. It's a cool city. They got a lot of cool stuff there. Indianapolis, you want to eat some good noodles? That's where I had good noodles at the university campus, right? You know where I'm talking about, Mark. If you go to that campus over there's a noodle shop on the corner. I'll tell you where I ate that. You're reminding me of my times in Indianapolis. Now, I had another bad experience in Indianapolis, but it had to do with a hotel. That's no big deal, though. I don't care about that stuff. I like the people there, and it's good food and good place to go. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to say this about the Bears. I think they're messing with everybody. This is what I got to say about the Bears. Right now, they don't pay any property taxes. And you know me and you know me and Brandon Johnson. And I push back on that guy all the time. Two things about him that he says are kind of correct. Nixon is kind of correct. Because he deregulated and it kind of deindustrialized cities. And that's the truth. So you can laugh about Nixon, but that's kind of true. The second thing that's kind of true, and Brandon just said it about 6 months ago about, man, there's a helicopter up there. See him? About the Bears. So, you know, he does some things and he acts like a doofus or a goofball, but he knows some things. And he said this about the Bears in Chicago. And it was the truth, and it is the truth. The Bears don't pay any property taxes today. They lease the stadium, and they only lease it for 10 or so games. So think about that. They're at the minimum cost right now. They're paying zero almost, and they're making 10 times maybe or 100 times off their money. Think about it. They're not responsible for Soldier Field only when there's game days. We're using Soldier Field on soccer, concerts, and other things, and graduations. Soldier Field is owned by the city. So them talking about the property taxes is a lie, because right now they pay zero in property taxes, and I think the lease is only per game. So that's the only responsibility they have. They have no maintenance responsibility. They don't have no property tax responsibility. And I don't even know what the concession deal is, if we run the concessions or they do, but they get a cut of that and we get a cut of that. So right now it's like they're not losing anything. They're making pure profit right now when they're in Chicago. And if they do a stadium here, this is what they want. The city says, you are going to build the stadium and basically we're going to own it and it's going to be the same type of deal. Well, they don't want to do that. I don't know. It sounds like a good deal to me because you don't have to pay again. Imagine that. If they build the stadium and we own it, they don't have to pay property taxes ever, ever, ever. All they have to do is pay the fee, the lease, and you can make that into a 100-year lease. You kind of get it? So, again, sometimes Brandon Johnson talks BS, and a lot of times he does, but on the Bears, it's not BS. I don't think they're moving because they got the best deal here in Chicago. All they need is a new stadium. So that's what I got to say. It is on Costco. It's 7:17 p.m. It is June 29, 2026. I'm signing off. Thanks for watching. Everybody have a great night. Be safe. Stay cool. If you're in trouble, call somebody. Don't be messing with this heat. If you don't be embarrassed to go to a cooling center. Call up 311 or whatever your phone calls are in your states or your cities. Call them and say, hey man, I ain't got no air conditioning. I'm a little hot. Can you send somebody to pick me up? And they'll send somebody to pick you up. I'm pretty sure all cities have that. Take it easy. Have a good night. Be safe. If sun comes up, I'll post it. Have a good night. Yeah. That's the way it goes. Take it easy, Ms. Zedor. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you as always. Thank you. Have a good night, everybody.